The air was thick with the scent of rust and decay, a metallic tang that clung to the back of your throat. Somewhere in the distance, a low hum pulsed, rhythmic and unending, like the heartbeat of something vast and ancient. Shadows writhed on the walls, alive and shifting, as if the darkness itself were watching. "Turn back now," a voice whispered, brittle and cracked, barely audible over the hum. You don't belong here, but it was too late. The ground beneath your feet groaned, a sound so deep it seemed to come from the planet itself. The walls of the cavern, or was it a ship, began to ripple, the stone folding in on itself like paper. Ahead, a light flickered, faint and cold, casting long, jagged shapes that stretched toward you like claws. You stepped forward, compelled by something you couldn't name. The air grew heavier, pressing against your skin, your lungs, your mind. The hum grew louder, vibrating through your bones, and the shadows seemed to coil tighter, closer. Then from the darkness it emerged, a shape, vast and indistinct, its edges blurring into the void. It had no eyes, but you felt its gaze, cold and unrelenting, peeling away layers of your sanity. "Welcome," it hissed, the word echoing in your skull. "You've come to see the truth." The light flickered again, and for a moment the shape shifted, revealing something that should not exist, could not exist. Your breath caught, your heart stuttered, and the world around you dissolved into chaos, and so it began. The whispers, the shadows, the truth that would unravel everything you thought you knew. There was no escape now. You were part of it, part of the exile. The hum grew louder, swallowing the last of your thoughts as the darkness closed in and the journey into the unknown began. Cosmic horror is a genre that peels back the comforting layers of reality, exposing the vast, indifferent forces that lie beyond human understanding. It's a subgenre of horror that doesn't rely on gore or jump scares, but instead thrives on the unsettling idea that humanity is insignificant in the grand scheme of the universe. This concept was brought to life by the works of H.P. Lovecraft, whose stories like The Call of Cthulhu and At the Mountains of Madness introduced readers to ancient, incomprehensible beings that existed long before humans and would outlast us by eons. Lovecraft's genius lay in his ability to evoke a sense of dread not through what is seen, but through what is hinted at, what exists just beyond the veil of human perception. His works often featured protagonists who, upon encountering these cosmic entities, were driven to madness by the sheer scale of their insignificance. This psychological terror is at the heart of cosmic horror, and it's a theme that resonates deeply in the Exiled Planet. The audiobook experience of the Exiled Planet takes these themes and amplifies them through immersive audio design. Imagine hearing the distant rumble of an ancient, alien entity, its voice a low, guttural vibration that seems to emanate from the depths of space itself. The soundscape is layered with eerie whispers, unsettling silences, and moments of overwhelming noise, all designed to evoke the same sense of unease that Lovecraft's writing does. The narrator's voice carries a weight of dread, guiding listeners through a story where every discovery seems to push the characters further into the abyss of their own insignificance. What makes cosmic horror so effective is its ability to tap into primal fears of the unknown, of powerlessness, of the realization that our existence might be a mere blip in the cosmic timeline. The Exiled Planet explores these fears through its narrative, which follows a group of explorers who stumble upon a planet that defies all logic. The planet's very existence challenges their understanding of reality, and as they delve deeper, they begin to unravel the terrifying truth about their place in the universe. The story doesn't just scare, it lingers, planting seeds of existential dread that grow long after the final chapter. What sets the Exiled Planet apart is its ability to modernize the cosmic horror genre while staying true to its roots. It embraces Lovecraft's themes of cosmic insignificance but also incorporates contemporary fears, like the fragility of human knowledge and the limits of our technology. The audiobook's immersive design ensures that these themes hit harder, as listeners are not just observers but participants in the unfolding horror. The result is a story that feels both timeless and relevant, a perfect blend of classic cosmic horror and modern storytelling. Through its chilling narrative and masterful audio design, The Exiled Planet captures the essence of cosmic horror, leaving listeners with a profound sense of awe and terror that lingers long after the story ends. The Exiled Planet unfolds in a setting so vivid and haunting that it becomes a character in its own right. Picture a world far removed from the warmth of sunlit skies, a desolate expanse where the horizon stretches endlessly into darkness. The planet's surface is a labyrinth of jagged rock formations, their shadows twisting into shapes that seem to shift when you're not looking. Above, the sky is a perpetual haze of violet and black, dotted with faint, distant stars that offer no comfort. There's no day here, no night, just an eternal twilight that amplifies the sense of being utterly alone. The air is thick with an unnatural stillness, broken only by the occasional whisper of wind that sounds almost like voices. It's a place where the laws of nature feel distorted, as if the planet itself is alive and watching. The world building in the Exiled Planet is nothing short of masterful. Every detail serves to pull listeners deeper into this alien reality. Sprawling canyons carved by ancient rivers that no longer flow, vast plains of ashen soil where nothing grows, and towering monoliths etched with symbols no one can decipher, all of it contributes to a sense of deep history and pervasive dread. The planet feels ancient, as if it has witnessed countless civilizations rise and fall, yet it remains indifferent to the plight of those who now tread its surface. This isn't just a backdrop, it's a living, breathing entity that shapes the story at every turn. What truly elevates the experience is the audiobook's use of sound design. The ambient noise is a symphony of unease. The distant rumble of tectonic shifts, the eerie creak of metal in the wind, the faint echoes of footsteps that don't belong to anyone in the scene. They all work together to immerse the listener in the isolation of the setting. The soundscape doesn't just complement the story, it amplifies it, creating moments of tension that linger long after the words have faded. Even the silences are deliberate, heavy with the weight of what might come next. It's a testament to the power of audio as a medium, using every tool at its disposal to evoke emotions that visuals alone might struggle to capture. In cosmic horror, the setting is more than just a place, it's a reflection of the genre's central themes. The Exiled Planet embodies the vast, uncaring nature of the universe, a place where humanity is insignificant and vulnerable. The isolation of the setting mirrors the psychological isolation of the characters, who are forced to confront not only the horrors around them but also the fragility of their own sanity. The planet's alien landscapes and phenomena serve as constant reminders that the characters are out of their depth, facing forces they can't possibly understand. It's a setting that doesn't just scare, it unsettles, leaving a lingering sense of dread that permeates the entire narrative. This atmosphere is the foundation upon which the plot of The Exiled Planet is built. As the story unfolds, the setting becomes more than just a stage. It becomes a driving force, shaping the characters' decisions and the trajectory of the plot. Every twist and turn is influenced by the environment, from the cryptic clues found in the ruins to the escalating sense of unease that drives the characters to their limits. The planet isn't just a place where the story happens, it's a catalyst pushing the narrative forward while deepening the sense of horror at every step. The Exiled Planet begins with a mystery that pulls you in from the very first moment. The story follows Dr. Ilara Voss, a brilliant but haunted astrophysicist who receives a cryptic signal from a distant, uncharted planet. This signal, a series of distorted whispers and eerie tonal patterns, hints at something far beyond human understanding, drawn by both scientific curiosity and a personal obsession to uncover the truth about her father's disappearance decades earlier. Ilara embarks on a perilous journey to the exiled world. What she finds there is a place that defies logic, a planet where the laws of physics seem to bend and break, and where time itself feels unstable. As Ilara descends into the alien landscape, the tension builds with each step. The atmosphere is thick with unease, and every shadow seems to hide something watching, waiting. The planet's surface is littered with ruins of an ancient civilization, but these are no ordinary remnants. The architecture is twisted and unnatural, as though it was designed by beings who thought in dimensions beyond human comprehension. The deeper Ilara ventures, the more she begins to unravel the dark secrets of this world. She discovers that the planet was not just exiled, it was sealed away, a prison for something ancient and malevolent. One of the most gripping aspects of the plot is how it masterfully balances cosmic horror with personal stakes. Ilara's journey is not just about survival, it's a quest for answers. Her father, a renowned xenobiologist, had been part of a secret expedition to this very planet years ago. The more she uncovers, the clearer it becomes that his disappearance was no accident. The planet seems to hold a grudge, as though it remembers those who came before. This personal connection adds layers of emotional depth to the story, making the horror feel even more intimate and unsettling. The encounters with the incomprehensible entities are where the true cosmic horror shines. These beings are not just alien, they are otherworldly in the truest sense. Their forms shift and warp, impossible to fully grasp. Their presence is accompanied by a sense of dread that seeps into every word of the narrative. One scene in particular stands out. Ilara stumbles upon a cavern filled with what appears to be a living, breathing mass of darkness. It pulses with a rhythm that feels almost like a heartbeat, but it's wrong, off by just enough to make her skin crawl. The entity doesn't speak, yet she feels its thoughts pressing against her mind, threatening to unravel her sanity. Moments like these exemplify the genre, leaving listeners both terrified and utterly fascinated. The pacing of the Exiled Planet is another factor that keeps the story gripping. The narrative flows like a rising tide, starting slow and deliberate as Ilara discovers the first hints of the planet's secrets, then building to a crescendo of chaos and revelation. The audiobook format enhances this experience, with the narrator's voice capturing the growing tension and Ilara's mounting desperation. Every twist and turn feels earned, and the story never loses its momentum. As the plot hurtles toward its climax, the lines between reality and nightmare blur. Ilara's discoveries force her to confront not just the horrors of the exiled planet, but the fragility of her own understanding of the universe. The final act is a masterclass in suspense, with a resolution that is as thought-provoking as it is chilling. The Exiled Planet doesn't just tell a story, it immerses you in a world where the unknown is both terrifying and awe-inspiring, leaving you questioning what lies beyond the edges of human comprehension. The power of sound design in an audiobook cannot be overstated. It's the invisible thread that weaves the narrative into an immersive experience. In cosmic horror, where the unknown and the unimaginable reign supreme, audio becomes a critical tool to evoke the emotions that words alone cannot fully convey. Music, sound effects, and voice acting work in concert to transport listeners into the heart of the story, heightening every moment of tension, dread, and wonder. Take, for instance, the use of ambient soundscapes in the Exiled Planet. The subtle hum of a spaceship's engines, the eerie silence of a desolate alien landscape, or the distant, unidentifiable whispers that seem to echo from the void. All of these elements create a palpable sense of unease. These sounds aren't just background noise, they're deliberate choices that amplify the atmosphere, making the listener feel as though they're standing alongside the characters, confronting the same terrifying unknown. Music plays an equally vital role. A well-composed score can evoke emotions that words alone might struggle to express. In the Exiled Planet, the music shifts seamlessly from haunting, discordant tones during moments of tension to a chilling, almost ethereal quality when the characters encounter something truly otherworldly. This auditory layering builds a psychological connection with the listener, drawing them deeper into the narrative. Voice acting, too, is a cornerstone of effective audio design. The way a narrator delivers a line can transform its meaning entirely. In cosmic horror, where the incomprehensible often defies description, a skilled voice actor can convey the weight of terror through subtle shifts in tone, pacing, and emotion. The protagonist's voice might tremble as they recount their encounter with an entity beyond understanding, or grow cold and detached as they grapple with the realization of their insignificance in the vast cosmos. These nuances make the horror feel personal, visceral, and immediate. Comparatively, other cosmic horror audiobooks like The Whisperer in Darkness or At the Mountains of Madness rely heavily on sound design to convey their eerie atmospheres. However, The Exiled Planet stands out for its innovative use of layered audio. Instead of relying solely on traditional horror tropes, it incorporates a blend of science fiction and psychological horror elements, creating a soundscape that feels uniquely unsettling. The result is an experience that lingers long after the final chapter, leaving listeners haunted by the echoes of the unknown. As we explore the importance of immersive audio design, it's impossible to ignore how it complements another key aspect of cosmic horror: character development. The way characters react to the horrors they face is what makes the story resonate on a human level. In the next segment, we'll delve into how the Exiled Planet crafts its characters, examining their struggles, fears, and growth as they navigate the unfathomable terrors of the cosmos. In the Exiled Planet, the characters are not just players in a cosmic drama, they are mirrors reflecting the human condition in the face of the unfathomable. The protagonist, Dr. Ilara Voss, is a prime example of this depth. She's a brilliant astrobiologist, yet her expertise is rendered almost insignificant when confronted with the alien horrors of the Exiled Planet. What makes her compelling is not her intellect, but the cracks in her armor that emerge as she grapples with the unknown. Her fear of failure, her struggle to reconcile logic with the incomprehensible, and a growing sense of isolation paint a portrait of a woman clinging to her sanity in a world that defies reason. The supporting characters are equally layered. Commander Jackson Kane, the hardened military leader, appears unshakable at first glance. But as the story unfolds, we see that his stoicism masks a deep-seated fear of losing control. His interactions with the crew reveal a man haunted by past failures, driven by a need to prove himself even as the mission spirals into chaos. Then there's Mira Tanis, the ship's engineer, whose practical, no-nonsense demeanor hides a profound loneliness. Her vulnerability surfaces in quiet moments where she questions whether humanity is truly worth saving in the face of such cosmic indifference. These characters' psychological complexity is amplified by their interactions with the unknown. The Exiled Planet itself becomes a character, a silent, menacing presence that forces each individual to confront their deepest fears. For Dr. Voss, it's the fear of irrelevance. For Kane, it's the terror of inadequacy, and for Tanis, it's the crushing weight of insignificance. Each encounter with the planet's alien horrors peels back another layer, exposing raw nerves and unspoken truths. Isolation is a recurring theme, and its impact on the characters' mental states is palpable. Cut off from Earth, from their loved ones, and even from each other, they begin to unravel. The psychological strain is evident in their frayed interactions, their paranoia, and their desperate attempts to hold onto some semblance of normalcy. This isolation isn't just physical, it's existential, forcing them to confront the terrifying possibility that they are utterly alone in the universe. The voice actors deserve immense credit for bringing these characters to life. Their performances are nuanced and deeply emotional, capturing the subtle shifts in tone and demeanor that mark their psychological descent. The tremble in Dr. Voss's voice as she struggles to maintain composure, the grit in Kane's speech as he wrestles with his demons, the quiet resignation in Tanis's whispers, all of these details add layers of authenticity to the narrative. As we delve deeper into these characters, broader themes of the story begin to emerge. Questions about the nature of humanity, the limits of understanding, and the fragility of sanity take center stage. The Exiled Planet serves as a crucible, testing not just the characters' survival skills but their very essence. And in their struggles, we see reflections of our own fears, our own vulnerabilities, and our own search for meaning in an indifferent cosmos. This exploration of character depth and development isn't just a narrative device, it's the heart of the Exiled Planet. It's what transforms a cosmic horror story into a deeply human experience. Through their journeys, we're forced to confront the same questions they grapple with, making their story not just a tale of survival, but a mirror held up to our own souls. At the heart of the Exiled Planet lies a profound exploration of existential dread, a feeling that creeps into the listener's mind like a shadow stretching across the vast, indifferent cosmos. This story doesn't just tell a tale, it confronts us with the unsettling reality of humanity's insignificance in the face of an infinite, uncaring universe. Picture this, a civilization exiled not just from their home, but from any sense of purpose or meaning, adrift in a void that mocks their struggles. This theme isn't merely hinted at, it's woven into every thread of the narrative, from the characters' desperate attempts to cling to sanity to the eerie silence of the stars that seem to watch but never care. The fragility of sanity plays a pivotal role in this tale, acting as a mirror to our own fears. The characters aren't just battling external threats, they're fighting to preserve their sense of self in a reality that constantly undermines it. Their descent into madness isn't sudden. It's a slow unraveling, a crack that widens with each revelation about the true nature of their existence. This psychological tension creates a sense of dread that lingers long after the story ends, forcing us to question the stability of our own mind. After all, if the universe is as chaotic and indifferent as it seems, how much of our reality is truly ours to control? Philosophically, the Exiled Planet raises questions that resonate deeply with modern audiences. What does it mean to exist in a universe that doesn't care if you do? How do we find meaning in a cosmos that seems devoid of it? These aren't just abstract musings, they're reflections of the anxieties many of us face today. In a world where technology connects us but often leaves us feeling more isolated, where the pace of change can feel overwhelming, the story's themes hit close to home. It's a reminder that our search for meaning is both deeply personal and universally human. The audiobook format amplifies these themes in a way that's uniquely immersive. Hearing the story unfold through the narrator's voice adds an extra layer of intimacy, drawing us into the character's inner turmoil. The soundscapes, whether it's the eerie silence of space or the unsettling whispers of the unknown, heighten the sense of dread, making the experience feel almost tangible. The narrator doesn't just tell the story, they embody it, their tone shifting to reflect the character's crumbling mental states. This creates a connection between the listener and the narrative that's both visceral and emotional. Speaking of the narrator, their role is crucial in shaping how we experience the story. Their voice becomes a guide through the darkness, but also a mirror of the story's themes. A skilled narrator can make the silence feel oppressive, the vastness of space claustrophobic, and the character's struggles achingly real. They don't just convey the words, they breathe life into them, making the existential dread not just something we understand intellectually, but something we feel deeply. It's this combination of storytelling and performance that transforms the audiobook into more than just a story. It becomes an experience, one that lingers in the mind long after the final words fade. As we delve deeper into the Exiled Planet, it becomes clear that this isn't just a story about a distant world or fictional characters. It's a reflection of our own fears, our own search for meaning in a universe that often feels indifferent. It's a reminder that the worst horrors aren't always the ones that lurk in the shadows, they're the ones that reside within us, in the fragile threads of sanity and purpose we cling to. And perhaps by facing these fears through the lens of this story, we can begin to confront them in our own lives. The narrator's voice is the unseen force that weaves the fabric of the Exiled Planet, threading tension, emotion, and atmosphere into every word. A skilled narrator doesn't just read a story, they breathe life into it, shaping the listener's experience in profound ways. In this Cosmic Horror Audiobook, the narrator becomes a guide through the unknown, a vessel for the creeping dread that defines the genre. Their ability to convey the weight of existential terror, the fragility of human sanity, and the vast, incomprehensible scale of the cosmos is nothing short of masterful. One of the most striking aspects of the narration is its ability to evoke emotion through subtle vocal techniques. The narrator's pitch rises and falls with the ebb and flow of the story, mirroring the characters' mounting anxiety as they confront the horrors of the Exiled Planet. When the protagonist grapples with fear or despair, the voice becomes softer, more intimate, drawing the listener into their inner turmoil. Conversely, during moments of cosmic revelation, the delivery shifts to a deeper, more resonant tone, amplifying the sense of awe and dread. These shifts in pitch and intensity are carefully calibrated to keep the listener on edge, never allowing them to fully relax. Pacing is another critical tool in the narrator's arsenal. In the Exiled Planet, the story unfolds at a deliberate, almost hypnotic pace, allowing the horror to seep in gradually. The narrator's measured cadence mirrors the slow unraveling of the character's sanity, creating a sense of inevitability that is both haunting and mesmerizing. When the tension peaks, the pace quickens, pulling the listener into the chaos with frantic urgency. This interplay between slow and fast pacing keeps the story dynamic, ensuring that even the quietest moments are charged with anticipation. The narrator's tone is equally vital in crafting the eerie atmosphere of the audiobook. Their voice carries a quiet intensity, a restrained menace that simmers beneath the surface. This understated approach is far more effective than overt theatrics, as it allows the listener's imagination to fill in the gaps. The horror of the Exiled Planet lies not in what is seen or described, but in what is left unsaid, and the narrator's tone masterfully hints at the unspeakable, leaving the listener with a lingering sense of unease. Comparisons to other cosmic horror audiobooks reveal just how unique and effective this narration style is. While some narrators rely on dramatic flourishes to heighten the sense of dread, the Exiled Planet takes a more restrained, almost clinical approach. This mirrors the cold, indifferent nature of the cosmos itself, where humanity's struggles are insignificant against the backdrop of infinite darkness. The result is a narration that feels perfectly aligned with the story's themes, enhancing its impact rather than overshadowing it. Perhaps the most remarkable aspect of the narration is its ability to evoke visceral reactions. Listeners don't just hear the story, they feel it. The narrator's delivery taps into primal fears: fear of the unknown, fear of insignificance, fear of losing one's mind. These emotions resonate on a deeply personal level, making the experience of the Exiled Planet as unsettling as it is unforgettable. It's a testament to the power of narration as an art form, and a reminder that the voice behind the story can elevate it to new heights. Sound is a powerful tool in storytelling, especially when it comes to evoking fear. In the Exiled Planet, the use of sound isn't just background noise, it's a character in its own right, shaping the atmosphere and manipulating the emotions of the listener. From the very first moments, the sound design pulls you into a world of unease, where every whisper, echo, and distortion feels like a deliberate nudge toward discomfort. It's not about overwhelming the senses, it's about precision. A faint whisper in the distance, barely audible yet impossible to ignore, creates a sense of being watched. The echo of footsteps in an empty corridor suggests something is near, even when nothing is visible. These subtle but intentional choices make the listener's imagination do the heavy lifting, and that's where true fear resides. One of the most effective techniques in the audiobook is the strategic placement of unsettling noises. Take, for instance, a scene where the protagonist is exploring a derelict spacecraft. The creak of metal, the hum of a failing generator, and the occasional drip of an unknown liquid all contribute to a sense of decay and abandonment. Then, suddenly, a distorted voice cuts through the silence, a garbled transmission that sounds almost human but not quite. It's a moment that sends a shiver down the spine, not because it's loud or jarring, but because it feels alien and wrong. The sound design here taps into a primal fear of the unknown, making the listener question whether they're truly alone. Jump scares, when used sparingly and effectively, can also heighten the tension. In the Exiled Planet, these moments are carefully crafted to maximize their impact. Rather than relying on sudden loud noises, the jump scares are often preceded by a deliberate build-up, a gradual increase in tension that primes the listener for the inevitable shock. For example, there's a scene where the protagonist is searching through a darkened room, and the only sound is their own breathing. As they open a cabinet, there's a split second of silence before a guttural growl erupts from within. It's not just the sound itself that's frightening, it's the anticipation, the dread of knowing something terrible is about to happen. Eerie silences are another weapon in the sound designer's arsenal. In a story filled with unsettling noises, the absence of sound can be just as unnerving. There's a moment in the audiobook where the protagonist steps into a vast, empty chamber, and the ambient noise, the hum of machinery, the distant drip of water, suddenly cuts out. The silence feels oppressive, as if the world itself is holding its breath. It's a moment that lingers, leaving the listener on edge, waiting for the other shoe to drop. This use of silence plays on the fear of the unknown, creating a sense of unease that's hard to shake. The psychological impact of these auditory techniques cannot be overstated. By targeting the listener's subconscious, the sound design in the Exiled Planet creates a visceral reaction that goes beyond mere storytelling. The whispers and echoes tap into fears of being watched or followed, while the distortions and jump scares trigger a fight or flight response. Even the silences, when used effectively, can evoke a sense of dread that lingers long after the audio has ended. Pacing is crucial in maintaining this tension. The sound design in the Exiled Planet is masterfully paced, alternating between moments of quiet unease and sudden bursts of terror. This ebb and flow keeps the listener engaged, never allowing them to become complacent. It's a delicate balance achieved through careful planning and a deep understanding of how sound affects the human psyche. By the end of the experience, the listener isn't just hearing a story, they're living it, feeling every moment of fear and discomfort as if it were their own. Pacing is the heartbeat of any great story, and in The Exiled Planet, it becomes a masterclass in cosmic horror. From the very first moments, the narrative draws you in with a deliberate, almost hypnotic rhythm, lulling you into a false sense of security before shattering it with moments of sheer terror. This balance between slow-building tension and sudden bursts of fear is what makes the experience so unforgettable. Take, for example, the opening chapters. The story begins with a quiet, almost meditative tone, introducing the desolate world of the exiled planet and its isolated inhabitants. The pacing here is deliberate, allowing the listener to settle into the eerie stillness of the setting. But beneath the surface, there's a subtle unease, a growing sense that something is deeply wrong. This slow burn is crucial because it mirrors the creeping dread of the unknown, a hallmark of cosmic horror. By the time the first signs of the planet's malevolent force emerge, the tension has already coiled tight, making the eventual release all the more explosive. One of the most striking examples of this pacing comes midway through the story, in a scene where the protagonist ventures into the planet's forbidden ruins. The build-up is gradual, with every step described in vivid detail: the crumbling stone, the oppressive silence, the faint whispers that might just be the wind. The pacing here is almost agonizingly slow, heightening the sense of anticipation. And then, in an instant, the calm is shattered by a sudden, visceral encounter with the planet's ancient, monstrous presence. The shift is so abrupt and intense that it leaves the listener breathless, a testament to the story's mastery of pacing. This balance isn't just effective, it's essential to the genre. Cosmic horror thrives on the tension between the known and the unknown, the rational and the incomprehensible. By alternating between slow-building dread and abrupt moments of terror, the Exiled Planet captures this tension perfectly. It's a technique reminiscent of works like Lovecraft's At the Mountains of Madness, where the slow unraveling of the narrative mirrors the protagonist's descent into madness. Yet, where Lovecraft often leans heavily on the slow burn, the Exiled Planet strikes a more dynamic balance, keeping the listener constantly on edge. What sets this audiobook apart is its ability to sustain this pacing over its entire runtime. Unlike some cosmic horror tales that lose momentum or become bogged down in exposition, the Exiled Planet maintains a relentless grip on the listener. Each scene feels meticulously crafted to build on the last, weaving a tapestry of tension and terror that never loses its edge. Even in its quieter moments, there's an undercurrent of unease, a reminder that the unknown is always lurking just beyond the horizon. This pacing also serves another crucial purpose. It draws the listener deeper into the story's exploration of the unknown. As the tension builds, so does the sense of curiosity, the desperate need to uncover the secrets of this alien world. By the time the story reaches its climactic revelation, the pacing has done its job, ensuring that the listener is fully invested in the horrifying truth. It's a testament to the power of well-crafted pacing, proving that in cosmic horror, the journey is just as important as the destination. The unknown has always been a source of both fascination and fear for humanity. It's the dark void beyond the edge of the map, the uncharted depths of the ocean, the infinite expanse of space. The Exiled Planet masterfully taps into this primal dread, weaving a narrative that thrives on ambiguity and mystery. From the very beginning, the story plants seeds of unease, refusing to offer clear answers or comforting resolutions. This deliberate use of uncertainty is what sets cosmic horror apart from other genres. It's not about the monster you see, but the terror of what you can't. One of the most striking elements of the story is how it reveals just enough to unsettle the audience without ever fully explaining the horrors it introduces. Take, for example, the protagonist's first encounter with the alien ruins on the Exiled Planet. The descriptions are vivid yet fragmented, painting a picture of something ancient and incomprehensible. The ruins are covered in symbols that defy translation, and the air carries a faint metallic hum that seems to resonate in the bones. These details are enough to evoke a sense of looming dread, but the true nature of these ruins remains shrouded in mystery. This deliberate withholding of information forces the audience to confront their own fears of the unknown, as their imagination fills in the gaps with visions far more terrifying than any explicit revelation could be. This approach aligns perfectly with the principles of cosmic horror, a genre that emphasizes the insignificance of humanity in the face of vast, incomprehensible forces. In the Exiled Planet, the universe is not a place of order or meaning, but a chaotic expanse filled with entities and phenomena that defy human understanding. The story constantly reminds us that there are things out there, things we cannot see, cannot comprehend, and cannot control. This realization is deeply unsettling, as it challenges our innate desire to make sense of the world around us. The audiobook's portrayal of otherworldly entities further amplifies this sense of cosmic dread. These beings are not described in full. Instead, they are hinted at through subtle, chilling details. The sound design plays a crucial role here, with eerie whispers, distorted voices, and unsettling ambient noises that seem to come from everywhere and nowhere. One particularly memorable scene involves a faint, almost imperceptible tapping sound that grows louder and more frantic as the protagonist delves deeper into an alien structure. The sound is never explained, but it lingers in the mind long after the scene ends, a haunting reminder of the unknown lurking just beyond the edges of perception. What makes the Exiled Planet so effective is its ability to tap into a universal fear, the fear of what we don't know and what we can't understand. By leaving so much to the imagination, the story creates a sense of unease that is deeply personal, as each listener fills in the blanks with their own worst fears. This is the essence of cosmic horror, and it's what makes the audiobook such a gripping and unforgettable experience. The allure of the unknown is not just a theme in the Exiled Planet, it's the very heart of its terror. In the vast, eerie expanse of the Exiled Planet, the cosmic entities that inhabit its narrative are not merely creatures. They are forces of nature, incomprehensible and utterly alien. These beings defy human understanding, existing beyond the limits of our perception and language. The audiobook masterfully captures their terrifying essence, weaving a tapestry of sound and description that plunges the listener into a world where the familiar dissolves into the unknown. Through meticulous sound design and vivid narration, these entities are brought to life in ways that linger long after the story ends. One of the most striking aspects of these cosmic horrors is how they are described. The language used to portray them is deliberately fragmented, as if the very attempt to define them is a futile struggle. These beings are often depicted in terms of what they are not, shapes that shift and dissolve, forms that defy geometry, and sounds that seem to originate from somewhere beyond the audible spectrum. For instance, in one harrowing encounter, a character describes stumbling upon a creature that is not a form, but a presence, a weight that presses against the mind like a thought that isn't yours. This approach forces the listener to rely on their imagination, filling in the gaps with their own fears and uncertainties. Sound design plays a pivotal role in amplifying the otherworldly nature of these entities. The audiobook employs a range of techniques to unsettle the listener. Dissonant tones that seem to hum just below the threshold of hearing, whispers that echo from all directions, and sudden, jarring silences that create a sense of impending dread. In one particularly memorable scene, the soundscape shifts abruptly, mimicking the character's disorientation as they encounter a being that exists in multiple dimensions at once. The audio becomes layered, chaotic, and almost unbearable, mirroring the character's psychological breakdown. These encounters are not just terrifying, they are transformative. Each meeting with a cosmic entity leaves the characters fundamentally altered, their understanding of reality shattered. In one instance, a character who prided themselves on their rationality is reduced to a state of primal fear, unable to reconcile what they've seen with their previous worldview. This emotional and psychological toll is conveyed through the narrator's tone, which shifts from confident to fragmented, mimicking the character's descent into despair. The listener is pulled into this emotional journey, experiencing the horror not just as an observer but as a participant, reflecting on the challenge of portraying the incomprehensible in an auditory format. It's clear that the Exiled Planet succeeds by embracing the limitations of the medium. Unlike visual media, where such entities might be rendered in concrete forms, the audiobook relies on suggestion and abstraction. This approach taps into a primal fear of the unknown, allowing the listener's imagination to conjure horrors far more personal and unsettling than any visual depiction could achieve. As the characters navigate this nightmare, their emotional journey becomes a focal point. Their encounters with these cosmic entities are not just moments of terror but pivotal events that reshape their identities. The audiobook captures this transformation with nuance, using shifts in tone, pacing, and sound design to convey the characters' evolving states of mind. From initial disbelief to creeping dread, and finally to a profound, existential despair, the listener is carried along on this harrowing journey, left to ponder the fragility of human understanding in the face of the infinite. At the heart of The Exiled Planet lies an emotional core that grips listeners from the very first chapter. The story doesn't just rely on cosmic horrors or alien landscapes to unsettle its audience, it delves into the profound inner turmoil of its protagonist, making the fear personal and the stakes deeply human. The protagonist's journey is one marked by relentless struggle as they grapple with isolation, loss, and the crushing weight of their circumstances. These internal battles are crafted with such raw honesty that they resonate with anyone who has ever felt helpless or alone, amplifying the story's emotional impact. One of the most striking themes is fear, not just the primal fear of the unknown, but a deeper, more insidious dread. The protagonist is constantly haunted by the possibility of failure, the fear of losing what little they have left, and the terrifying realization that their actions might not be enough to save themselves or others. This fear isn't just a plot device, it's a mirror reflecting the anxieties we all carry in our own lives. When the protagonist faces a seemingly insurmountable threat, the listener isn't just afraid for them, they're reminded of their own vulnerabilities, creating a visceral connection that lingers long after the story ends. Despair is another thread woven throughout the narrative, but it's never presented as a dead end. Instead, it's a crucible that tests the protagonist's resolve. There are moments where hope feels like a distant memory, where the weight of their exile and the horrors they encounter threaten to shatter their spirit. Yet, even in these darkest moments, there's a glimmer of something deeper, a quiet determination that refuses to be extinguished. This balance between despair and resilience is what makes the protagonist's journey so compelling. It's a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming odds, the human spirit can find a way to endure. Hope, though fragile, is the story's lifeline. It's not the kind of hope that comes easily or without cost. It's hard-earned, often appearing in the smallest of gestures or fleeting moments of connection. These glimpses of hope are what keep the listener invested, rooting for the protagonist even when the odds seem impossible. They serve as a counterpoint to the story's darker elements, creating a nuanced emotional landscape that feels both authentic and deeply moving. The power of empathy plays a crucial role in enhancing the horror experience. By making the protagonist's struggle so relatable, the story invites listeners to step into their shoes, to feel their fear, despair, and hope as if it were their own. This emotional investment transforms the horror from a distant, abstract concept into something deeply personal. When the protagonist faces a terrifying creature or a life-threatening situation, the listener doesn't just fear the danger, they fear the loss of a character they've come to care about. This connection is what elevates The Exiled Planet from a simple tale of survival to a profound exploration of the human condition. As the story unfolds, it becomes clear that it's not just a work of entertainment but a reflection of deeper cultural and philosophical influences. The themes of isolation and resilience echo the existential questions posed by thinkers like Camus and Nietzsche, while the exploration of fear and hope draws on timeless human experiences. These layers add depth to the narrative, inviting listeners to think critically about the story's broader implications while still being captivated by its emotional core. The Exiled Planet is more than a cosmic horror story. It's a poignant exploration of what it means to be human in the face of unimaginable challenges. Through its richly drawn characters and emotionally charged narrative, it offers a powerful reminder of the resilience of the human spirit, even in the darkest of times. This emotional resonance is what makes it not just a story to listen to, but an experience to feel. At the heart of the Exiled Planet lies a rich tapestry of cultural and philosophical influences that elevate its narrative beyond mere science fiction. The story is deeply rooted in existentialist philosophy, grappling with themes of meaninglessness, isolation, and humanity's insignificance in the vast cosmos. These ideas echo the works of thinkers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus, who famously explored the human condition in the face of an indifferent universe. In the audiobook, the protagonist's journey mirrors this existential struggle as they confront not only external threats but also the crushing weight of their own insignificance in an uncaring void. This philosophical foundation is interwoven with cosmic mythology, drawing from ancient tales and legends that explore humanity's relationship with the unknown. The narrative is peppered with references to myths like the Greek Titanomachy, where the Titans were cast into the abyss, and the Norse Ragnarok, a cataclysmic end that gives way to renewal. These mythological parallels add layers of depth, transforming the story into a meditation on cycles of destruction and rebirth. The Exiled Planet itself becomes a modern myth, a symbol of humanity's eternal quest to find purpose in chaos. The audiobook also taps into the rich tradition of cosmic horror, a genre pioneered by writers like H.P. Lovecraft. Here, the universe is not just vast but actively hostile, filled with forces beyond human comprehension. The Exiled Planet channels this sense of dread, presenting a world where the protagonist is not merely lost but hunted by incomprehensible entities. Yet, it diverges from traditional cosmic horror by infusing the narrative with a glimmer of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest corners of existence, resilience and courage can emerge. These cultural and philosophical influences don't just enrich the story, they invite listeners to reflect on their own place in the universe. The audiobook becomes a mirror, challenging us to confront our fears and insecurities while offering a sense of connection to the timeless myths that have shaped human thought for centuries. Through its masterful blend of existentialist philosophy, cosmic mythology, and horror, The Exiled Planet transcends its genre, offering a profound and thought-provoking experience that lingers long after the final chapter. Cosmic horror has always been a genre that thrives on the unknown, the incomprehensible, and the insignificance of humanity in the face of vast, uncaring forces. From its roots in the works of H.P. Lovecraft to its modern iterations in literature, film, and gaming, the genre has continually evolved, finding new ways to unsettle and captivate audiences. The Exiled Planet stands as a significant milestone in this evolution, redefining what cosmic horror can achieve through its unique storytelling and groundbreaking audio design. One of the most striking aspects of The Exiled Planet is its narrative structure. Unlike traditional cosmic horror, which often relies on slow-building dread, this audiobook plunges listeners directly into a world teetering on the brink of annihilation. The story unfolds through the eyes of a reluctant protagonist, an archaeologist who uncovers an ancient, alien artifact that begins to unravel the fabric of reality. This approach shifts the focus from passive observation to active participation, forcing the audience to grapple with the same existential questions as the characters. By blending personal stakes with universal themes, the story creates a deeply immersive experience that resonates on both an emotional and intellectual level. What truly sets the Exiled Planet apart, however, is its innovative use of audio design. Sound becomes a character in its own right, weaving an intricate tapestry of whispers, echoes, and dissonant tones that evoke a sense of unease. The creators have masterfully employed binaural recording techniques, allowing listeners to feel as though they are physically present in the story's eerie landscapes. From the distant rumble of an unseen entity to the chilling silence of a desolate alien world, every sound is meticulously crafted to heighten the sense of isolation and dread. This auditory immersion pushes the boundaries of what an audiobook can achieve, transforming it into a fully realized sensory experience. The Exiled Planet also reflects the enduring appeal of cosmic horror in contemporary media. In an era marked by uncertainty and rapid technological advancement, the genre's exploration of humanity's fragility and the vastness of the unknown feels more relevant than ever. The audiobook taps into these anxieties, presenting a world where the rules of reality are fluid and the boundaries of human understanding are constantly challenged. Its success lies in its ability to balance these existential themes with a gripping, character-driven narrative, making it accessible to both longtime fans of the genre and newcomers alike. Looking ahead, The Exiled Planet has the potential to inspire a new wave of cosmic horror storytelling. Its innovative use of audio design could pave the way for other creators to experiment with sound as a primary narrative tool, while its blending of personal and universal themes offers a template for crafting stories that are both deeply intimate and profoundly unsettling. As the genre continues to evolve, this audiobook serves as a reminder of the limitless possibilities that lie within the realm of cosmic horror. As we delve further into the technical achievements of The Exiled Planet, it's clear that its impact extends far beyond its story. The meticulous attention to detail in its sound design, the seamless integration of narrative and audio, and its ability to evoke a visceral emotional response all contribute to its status as a groundbreaking work. These elements not only enhance the storytelling but also elevate the audiobook medium itself, demonstrating its potential to rival and even surpass other forms of narrative entertainment. The technical brilliance behind The Exiled Planet is nothing short of extraordinary, a testament to the meticulous collaboration between writers, sound designers, and voice actors. Each element of the production was crafted with precision, blending seamlessly to create an audiobook experience that transcends the ordinary. At the heart of this project lies a commitment to innovation, pushing the boundaries of what an audiobook can achieve. The writers laid the foundation with a narrative that's both haunting and intricate, weaving together themes of cosmic horror that challenge the listener's imagination. This was no easy task. Cosmic horror, by its nature, relies on the unknown, the intangible, and the existential dread that lurks just beyond comprehension. Translating these abstract, often unsettling ideas into an auditory form required creativity and technical mastery. Sound designers played a pivotal role in bringing this vision to life. They crafted an immersive soundscape that envelopes the listener, from the eerie silence of deep space to the unsettling whispers of unseen entities. Every sound was carefully chosen to evoke emotion, fear, awe, and unease, enhancing the story's impact. The use of spatial audio techniques was particularly effective, creating a three-dimensional experience that makes the horror feel as though it's creeping in from all sides. This attention to detail ensures that the audiobook isn't just heard, it's felt. Voice actors, too, delivered performances of unparalleled depth. Their ability to convey the raw emotion and tension of the narrative was crucial. The protagonist's descent into madness, the chilling monologues of otherworldly beings, and the quiet moments of despair, all were delivered with a nuance that draws the listener deeper into the story. The actors' voices became instruments harmonizing with the sound design to create a symphony of fear. Adapting cosmic horror to the audiobook format presented unique challenges. Unlike visual media where the horror can be shown, the audiobook relies entirely on sound and imagination. This limitation became a strength as the team leveraged the power of suggestion and subtlety. The absence of visual cues forced the listener to engage more deeply, filling in the gaps with their own fears. This approach heightened the sense of dread, making the experience uniquely personal. These technical elements didn't just support the story, they elevated it. The production quality transformed the Exiled Planet into more than an audiobook, it became an experience. The seamless integration of writing, sound design, and voice acting created a world that feels alive, one that pulls the listener in and refuses to let go. This level of immersion is rare, a testament to the team's dedication and skill. As the narrative unfolds, the audiobook's ability to immerse the listener becomes undeniable. The combination of haunting soundscapes, powerful performances, and a gripping story creates a sense of presence, as though the listener is standing alongside the characters, facing the unknown. This immersion is the hallmark of the Exiled Planet, setting a new standard for what audiobooks can achieve. It's not just a story to be heard, it's a journey to be lived, a descent into the cosmic abyss that lingers long after the final word fades. As the eerie whispers of the Exiled Planet begin to envelop you, it's impossible not to feel the weight of its atmosphere pressing in from all sides. The creators of this cosmic horror audiobook have masterfully crafted an immersive experience that doesn't just tell a story. It pulls you into its world, leaving you disoriented, unsettled, and utterly captivated. At the heart of this immersion lies the innovative use of 3D audio and binaural recording techniques, which transform the act of listening into a visceral, almost tactile encounter. Every rustle of alien foliage, every distant groan of the planet's shifting crust feels as though it's happening just beyond your shoulder. This isn't just sound design, it's a portal to another reality. Take, for example, the moment when you first hear the planet's atmosphere, a low, guttural hum that seems to vibrate through your very bones. The sound isn't just coming from your headphones, it feels as though it's all around you, seeping into the room. This is the power of binaural recording, which mimics the way human ears perceive sound in three-dimensional space. For a moment, you forget where you are. The hum grows louder, more menacing, and suddenly, you're no longer in your living room or your car. You're standing on the surface of a desolate, exiled world where every sound carries the threat of the unknown. But it's not just the technical wizardry that makes this audiobook so immersive. The storytelling itself is a masterclass in psychological manipulation. The narrative doesn't rely on jump scares or overt violence. Instead, it builds tension through a relentless sense of dread. One particularly haunting scene involves the protagonist stumbling upon an abandoned structure deep within the planet's wasteland. As they step inside, the acoustics shift subtly. The echoes of their footsteps sound unnaturally elongated, as though the walls themselves are alive. Then, a faint, almost imperceptible whisper begins to creep into the background. It's not clear whether the sound is coming from the structure or from the protagonist's own mind, and that ambiguity is what makes it so chilling. Immersion is the lifeblood of horror, and the Exiled Planet understands this better than most. By blurring the line between the external world and the listener's psyche, it creates a sense of unease that lingers long after the audiobook ends. This isn't just about making you feel like you're on the Exiled Planet, it's about making you feel like you might never leave. The audiobook's exploration of psychological terror is where it truly shines. It taps into primal fear's isolation, the unknown, the fragility of the human mind, and amplifies them through sound. There's a moment when the protagonist begins to question their own sanity, and the audio shifts to reflect their disorientation. Voices overlap, distort, and fade in and out, creating a sonic landscape that feels as fractured as their mental state. It's a brilliant use of the medium, reminding us that horror isn't just about what we see or hear. It's about what we feel. In the end, The Exiled Planet isn't just an audiobook, it's an experience. It's a reminder of how powerful sound can be when wielded with precision and creativity. Whether it's the unsettling whispers in the dark or the oppressive silence that follows, every moment is designed to keep you on edge. And as the story delves deeper into the psychological toll of its horrors, you can't help but wonder, is the Exiled Planet the real threat, or is it something far closer to home? As the story unfolds, The Exiled Planet masterfully employs psychological horror techniques to immerse listeners in a world where reality itself begins to crumble. One of the most unsettling tools at its disposal is unreliable narration. The protagonist, already grappling with the incomprehensible vastness of the cosmos, starts to question their own perceptions. Are the strange occurrences around them real, or are they merely manifestations of a fractured mind? This uncertainty seeps into the listener's experience, making it impossible to discern truth from delusion. Scenes where the protagonist recounts events with contradictory details leave you second-guessing every revelation, amplifying the sense of dread. Paranoia is another key element that drives the narrative forward. The protagonist's growing suspicion of their surroundings, and even their own actions, mirrors the listener's mounting unease. Every shadow, every whisper becomes a potential threat. The story excels at making you feel as though something is always just out of sight, watching, waiting. This constant state of alertness keeps you on edge, heightening the tension with each passing moment. It's not just the protagonist who feels hunted, you do too. Hallucinations further blur the line between reality and nightmare. Vivid, surreal imagery paints a world that feels both alien and disturbingly familiar. In one particularly chilling scene, the protagonist stumbles through a labyrinthine ship corridor, only to find themselves back where they started, as if the very architecture is conspiring against them. These moments of disorientation are visceral, pulling you deeper into the protagonist's unraveling psyche. The audiobook's sound design enhances this effect with eerie whispers and distorted echoes that make it feel as though the walls themselves are closing in. What makes these techniques so effective is how they mirror the audience's own emotions. As the protagonist's mental state deteriorates, so does your sense of security. You're not just observing their descent into madness, you're experiencing it alongside them. This shared vulnerability deepens the horror, making it far more personal and impactful. It's a testament to the story's ability to tap into primal fears, fear of the unknown, fear of losing control, fear of being utterly alone in an indifferent universe. This leads us to the audiobook's treatment of cosmic indifference, a theme that looms large over the narrative. The vast, uncaring cosmos serves as the perfect backdrop for the protagonist's psychological torment. No matter how dire their circumstances, the universe remains silent, unyielding. This lack of response is perhaps the most terrifying aspect of all. It strips away any hope of divine intervention or cosmic justice, leaving the protagonist, and by extension, the listener, to confront the crushing weight of insignificance. The story doesn't just scare you, it forces you to grapple with existential questions that linger long after the final chapter. By weaving together unreliable narration, paranoia, and hallucinations, The Exiled Planet crafts a psychological horror experience that is as thought-provoking as it is terrifying. It doesn't rely on jump scares or gore. Instead, it burrows into your mind, planting seeds of doubt and fear that grow with every passing moment. and as the protagonist's reality unravels, so does yours, leaving you haunted by the echoes of a story that feels all too real. The universe in the Exiled Planet is not just vast and unknowable, it is utterly indifferent. This theme of cosmic indifference weaves through the narrative like a chilling undercurrent, amplifying the sense of dread and insignificance that defines the story. Unlike traditional tales where the cosmos might feel alive, watching or even conspiring against humanity, here it simply doesn't care. The stars burn coldly, the void stretches endlessly, and the laws of physics operate without regard for life, hope, or morality. This apathy is perhaps more terrifying than any malevolent force because it strips away the illusion of meaning or purpose. The protagonist's journey is punctuated by moments where this indifference becomes impossible to ignore. Early in the story, they find themselves stranded on a desolate world, staring up at a sky filled with unfamiliar constellations. There's no comfort in the beauty of the stars, only a stark reminder of how small and fleeting their existence is. Later, during a harrowing escape through an asteroid field, the ship's sensors pick up signals from a long-dead civilization. The ruins tell a story of a people who, like humanity, once believed they mattered. Their monuments and technologies now drift silently, forgotten by time and space. These moments force the protagonist to confront a truth that is as haunting as it is undeniable. In the grand scheme of the cosmos, they are insignificant. This theme isn't just a backdrop, it's a central force that shapes the story's emotional weight. The audiobook's atmospheric narration heightens this sense of isolation, with the cold, echoing tones of the voice actor emphasizing the void's emptiness. The sound design plays a crucial role too. Subtle, distant hums and eerie silences create an auditory landscape that feels vast and uncaring. Every creak of the ship, every crackle of static, reminds the listener of the fragility of human life against the backdrop of an indifferent universe. Philosophically, this idea challenges long-held assumptions about humanity's place in existence. For centuries, we've clung to narratives of significance, whether through religion, science, or art, that suggest our lives have meaning. The Exiled Planet doesn't just question this assumption, it shatters it. The cosmos, as portrayed here, is not a stage for human drama, but an indifferent expanse where life is a fleeting anomaly. This perspective forces the audience to grapple with uncomfortable questions. If the universe doesn't care about us, does our existence still hold value? Can we find meaning in a cosmos that offers none? These questions aren't just philosophical musings, they drive the protagonist's struggle for survival. In the face of such indifference, survival becomes an act of defiance. Every step they take, every decision they make, is a refusal to accept their insignificance. The audiobook captures this tension beautifully, blending moments of quiet introspection with bursts of desperate action. The combination of thoughtful narration and immersive sound design pulls the listener into the protagonist's world, making their fight for survival feel both personal and profound. As the story unfolds, survival takes on new layers of meaning. It's not just about physical endurance, but also about preserving the human spirit in a universe that offers no guarantees. The protagonist's journey becomes a testament to resilience, a reminder that even in the face of cosmic indifference, there is strength in the act of persisting. This theme resonates deeply, leaving the listener with a sense of unease tempered by a glimmer of hope. The exploration of cosmic indifference in the Exiled Planet is more than just a narrative device. It's a lens through which we can examine our own place in the universe. By confronting the cold, uncaring nature of the cosmos, the story challenges us to find meaning not in the stars but within ourselves. It's a haunting, thought-provoking journey that lingers long after the final word is spoken. The protagonist of the Exiled Planet faces a relentless battle for survival, a struggle that unfolds on two fronts, the physical and the psychological. From the moment their ship crashes on the desolate, alien world, the fight to stay alive becomes a harrowing ordeal. The planet itself is a character in its own right, a hostile environment filled with jagged landscapes, toxic atmospheres, and creatures that seem to defy the laws of nature. Every step forward is a gamble, every breath a reminder of how fragile life truly is. The physical challenges are visceral and immediate, scavenging for food, finding shelter, and fending off predators. But it's the psychological toll that deepens the narrative, making the story resonate long after the last word is spoken. As the days stretch into weeks, the protagonist's isolation becomes a creeping madness. The silence of the planet is deafening, broken only by the occasional howl of the wind or the distant screech of an unseen creature. The absence of human connection begins to wear on them, planting seeds of doubt and fear. Questions swirl in their mind. Why them? Will anyone ever come to rescue them? Is there even a rescue to hope for? The story masterfully balances these moments of introspection with bursts of intense action. One moment, the protagonist is lost in thought, grappling with their own mortality. The next, they're sprinting for their life, chased by something they can barely comprehend. This juxtaposition keeps the listener on the edge of their seat, their emotions constantly shifting between dread and relief. Throughout the journey, there are moments of triumph that shine like beacons in the darkness. The first time they successfully build a fire, the first time they outsmart one of the planet's predators, the first time they manage to repair a piece of their damaged equipment, these victories, no matter how small, feel monumental. They're reminders of human ingenuity and resilience, proof that even in the face of overwhelming odds, there's always a glimmer of hope. But for every triumph, there's an equally crushing moment of despair. A failed attempt to contact help, a discovery that shatters their understanding of the planet, a confrontation that leaves them battered and broken. These lows are gut-wrenching, pulling the listener into the protagonist's emotional turmoil. Survival stories like this one have a universal appeal because they tap into something primal within us. They force us to confront our deepest fears, the fear of the unknown, the fear of isolation, the fear of death itself. But they also remind us of our capacity for resilience, for resourcefulness, for hope. The Exiled Planet doesn't just tell a story of survival. It invites the listener to ask themselves what they would do in the protagonist's shoes. Would they give up or would they keep fighting? It's a question that lingers long after the story ends. As the narrative progresses, the audiobook's use of foreshadowing adds another layer of tension. Subtle hints are dropped throughout the story, a strange sound in the distance, an unexplained mark on the ground, a fleeting glimpse of something in the shadows. These moments are like breadcrumbs, leading the listener toward revelations that are both shocking and inevitable. The foreshadowing isn't just a plot device, it's a way of heightening the sense of dread, making the listener feel as though they're one step behind the truth, constantly on the brink of discovery. It's a technique that keeps the narrative tight and the stakes high, ensuring that every twist and turn feels earned. The struggle for survival in the Exiled Planet is more than just a series of challenges. It's a journey that tests the limits of the human spirit. It's a story that keeps listeners hooked, not just with its action and suspense, but with its raw, emotional depth. And as the protagonist's journey unfolds, it becomes clear that the real horror isn't just the planet itself. It's what the planet reveals about the nature of survival and the lengths we'll go to in order to stay alive. As the story of the Exiled Planet unfolds, the art of foreshadowing becomes a masterful tool in crafting a sense of unease and anticipation. From the very beginning, subtle hints are woven into the narrative like threads of a tapestry, each one contributing to a larger, more ominous picture. These clues are never overt. Instead, they linger in the background, whispering to listeners that something is deeply wrong with this world, even if they can't quite put their finger on it. This technique keeps the audience on edge, constantly searching for meaning and connections. and it's this engagement that makes the story so compelling. Take, for example, the early descriptions of the planet's environment. The skies are perpetually overcast with a strange, oppressive hue that seems to weigh heavily on the characters. The narrator's tone subtly shifts when describing the landscape, hinting at a lurking malevolence. Listeners might brush it off as atmospheric world building, but these details are more than just setting the scene, they're planting seeds of dread. The planet itself feels alive, watching, waiting, and this sense of being observed becomes a recurring theme that grows more unsettling as the story progresses. Another powerful example of foreshadowing lies in the behavior of the characters. Small, seemingly insignificant actions take on new meaning as the plot develops. A character might casually dismiss a warning about the planet's dangers, only for that same warning to echo hauntingly in their mind later. Or a brief, offhand comment about the old ruins scattered across the landscape might seem innocuous at first, but as the story delves deeper, the ruins reveal themselves to be far more than they appear. These moments of foreshadowing are like breadcrumbs, leading listeners toward the story's dark heart while keeping them guessing about what lies ahead. One of the most effective uses of foreshadowing is in the portrayal of the planet's indigenous life forms. Early encounters with these creatures are brief and enigmatic, leaving more questions than answers. Listeners are left to wonder about their true nature. Are they a threat or merely misunderstood? As the narrative progresses, these creatures become more central to the plot, and their earlier appearances take on a chilling significance. The story's ability to use these encounters to build tension showcases the writer's skill in creating a narrative that feels both unpredictable and inevitable. The sense of impending doom is palpable throughout the audiobook, and much of this is achieved through the careful layering of foreshadowing. There's a moment, for instance, when a character discovers an ancient artifact buried deep within the planet's surface. The artifact is described with a mix of awe and trepidation, and its discovery marks a turning point in the story. Listeners can feel the weight of what's to come, even if they don't yet fully understand it. This is the power of foreshadowing. It creates a narrative tension that keeps the audience hooked, eager to see how these threads will unravel. As the story hurtles toward its climax, the foreshadowing reaches its peak. The clues and hints that have been scattered throughout the narrative begin to converge, creating a sense of inevitability that is both thrilling and terrifying. The resolution, when it comes, feels earned as every piece of the puzzle falls into place. The skill required to weave these elements together so seamlessly is a testament to the writer's talent, and it's what makes the Exiled Planet such a gripping cosmic horror experience. The audiobook's ability to build suspense through foreshadowing is a masterclass in storytelling, leaving listeners captivated until the very end. The tension in the Exiled Planet reaches its breaking point as the protagonist, Dr. Ilara Voss, stands at the edge of the cosmic abyss, facing the incomprehensible entity that has haunted her journey. The climactic moment is a storm of emotions, fear, awe, and a desperate determination to uncover the truth. She isn't just battling an alien force, she's wrestling with her own humanity, her fragile understanding of the universe, and the crushing weight of insignificance in the face of something so vast and unknowable. The confrontation isn't explosive in the traditional sense, no grandiose battles or sweeping gestures. Instead, it's a quiet, harrowing exchange of wills where the entity's mere presence threatens to unravel her mind. This isn't a fight she can win, it's a test of endurance, of how much she can withstand before she breaks. As the climax unfolds, the story's core themes converge. The isolation of the Exiled Planet mirrors Ilara's own loneliness, her struggle to connect with others even as she seeks to understand the universe. The entity itself becomes a metaphor for the unfathomable mysteries of existence, a reminder that some truths are beyond human comprehension. The cosmic horror isn't just about the fear of the unknown. It's about the existential dread of realizing that we may never understand our place in the cosmos. This moment isn't just the culmination of the plot, it's the emotional and philosophical heart of the story, where every thread of tension, every unanswered question comes crashing down. The resolution is subtle yet profound. Elara doesn't defeat the entity, she merely survives the encounter, forever changed by what she's witnessed. Her return to the remnants of human civilization isn't a triumphant homecoming, it's a somber reflection on the cost of knowledge. She carries with her the weight of what she's seen, a burden that isolates her even further from those who can't fathom the truth she's uncovered. The story doesn't offer easy answers or neatly tied-up endings. Instead, it lingers in the ambiguity, leaving readers and listeners with a sense of unease, a haunting reminder that some mysteries are best left unsolved. A satisfying ending in cosmic horror isn't about resolution, it's about resonance. The Exiled Planet achieves this by leaving its audience with more questions than answers, forcing them to grapple with the same existential dread that defines the genre. It's a testament to the power of storytelling that even without a conventional conclusion, the narrative feels complete, its themes and emotions lingering long after the final words have faded. The audiobook adaptation amplifies this experience, using sound design and narration to immerse listeners in the story's atmosphere. The subtle hum of the alien entity, the eerie silence of the barren planet, the emotional timbre of Elara's voice, these elements combine to create an experience that's as unsettling as it is unforgettable. The audiobook doesn't just tell the story, it brings it to life, making the cosmic horror feel all the more real. As a piece of cosmic horror, The Exiled Planet has carved out a unique legacy. It doesn't rely on shock value or graphic imagery. Its terror is rooted in its ideas, in the way it forces us to confront the limits of our understanding. It's a story that stays with you, its themes and emotions echoing in your mind long after the final chapter. And as an audiobook, it sets a new standard for the genre, proving that the right combination of storytelling and sound can elevate cosmic horror into something truly transcendent. The Exiled Planet has carved out a unique niche in the cosmic horror genre, leaving a legacy that extends far beyond its initial release. Critics and fans alike have praised the audiobook for its ability to blend eerie atmospheres with profound existential questions, a hallmark of cosmic horror. Many have noted how it captures the sense of insignificance in the face of the vast, unknowable universe, a theme that resonates deeply with listeners. Its haunting narration and immersive sound design have set a new standard for audiobooks, proving that this medium can be just as evocative and impactful as traditional storytelling. One of the most significant contributions of The Exiled Planet lies in its ability to push the boundaries of what audiobooks can achieve. By integrating layered soundscapes and subtle auditory cues, it transforms the listening experience into something visceral and immediate. This innovation has inspired other creators to explore the potential of audiobooks as a distinct art form, rather than simply a narrated version of a written text. The result is a growing appreciation for the medium, with more listeners seeking out productions that offer a richly textured and immersive journey. Beyond its technical achievements, The Exiled Planet has also left a lasting mark on the cosmic horror genre itself. Its exploration of humanity's fragility in the face of incomprehensible forces has inspired writers and creators to delve deeper into these themes. The story's ability to evoke both terror and awe has set a benchmark for the genre, encouraging others to craft narratives that balance psychological depth with otherworldly dread. It's not just a story, it's a lens through which we confront our own fears and uncertainties about existence. The cultural significance of cosmic horror, as exemplified by The Exiled Planet, cannot be overstated. This genre taps into universal anxieties about the unknown, the infinite, and our place in the cosmos. that transcend time and place. It's no wonder that such stories continue to captivate audiences, offering a space to grapple with questions that are both deeply personal and profoundly universal. The enduring appeal of cosmic horror lies in its ability to remind us of our smallness, while also sparking curiosity about the mysteries that lie beyond our understanding. As the Exiled Planet continues to resonate with listeners, it cements its place not just as a standout work of fiction, but as a testament to the power of storytelling to provoke thought, stir emotions, and connect us to the infinite. Cosmic horror has long captivated audiences with its ability to delve into the deepest corners of human fear and uncertainty. Unlike traditional horror, which often relies on tangible threats like monsters or ghosts, cosmic horror confronts us with something far more unsettling: the incomprehensible vastness of the universe and our insignificance within it. This genre doesn't just scare us, it forces us to confront existential questions about our place in the cosmos, our fragility, and the limits of our understanding. It's this potent blend of fear and philosophy that has made cosmic horror such a culturally significant and enduring genre. At its core, cosmic horror reflects societal fears that transcend time and place. In the early 20th century, writers like H.P. Lovecraft used the genre to grapple with the anxieties of a rapidly changing world: industrialization, scientific discovery, and the erosion of traditional beliefs. Today, these themes still resonate, perhaps even more so in an era defined by climate change, technological advancement, and societal upheaval. The idea that we are small, vulnerable beings in an uncaring universe strikes a chord with modern audiences who are increasingly aware of the fragility of human existence. Cosmic horror doesn't just entertain, it mirrors our collective unease about the unknown and the uncontrollable. One of the reasons cosmic horror remains so compelling is its exploration of universal themes. Concepts like insignificance, isolation, and the limits of human knowledge are timeless, touching on fears and questions that have haunted humanity for centuries. Whether it's the fear of the unknown, the dread of being powerless, or the terror of confronting something beyond our comprehension, these themes resonate on a deeply personal level. They tap into something primal, making cosmic horror not just a genre but a lens through which we can examine our own fears and anxieties. The Exiled Planet continues this tradition while pushing the genre into new and innovative territory. By blending classic cosmic horror elements with modern storytelling techniques, it keeps the genre fresh and relevant. The audiobook's immersive narration and atmospheric sound design draw listeners into its eerie world, making the experience even more visceral. It's a reminder that cosmic horror isn't just about the story, it's about the way it makes you feel. The sense of dread, the creeping unease, the haunting realization that we're just a tiny speck in an infinite, indifferent universe. These are emotions that linger long after the story ends. For those new to cosmic horror or for seasoned fans looking to deepen their experience, there are practical ways to enhance your journey through The Exiled Planet. Start by listening in a quiet, dark environment where you can fully immerse yourself in the atmosphere. Pay attention to the sound design and narration, which play a crucial role in building tension and creating a sense of unease. Allow yourself to sit with the emotions the story evokes. Don't rush to move on or escape the discomfort. Cosmic horror is meant to unsettle, and embracing that discomfort is part of what makes it so powerful. Ultimately, cosmic horror endures because it speaks to something fundamental within us. It's not just a genre, it's a reflection of our deepest fears and most profound questions. The Exiled Planet carries on this legacy, offering a haunting, thought-provoking experience that resonates with audiences across time and space. By engaging with its themes and immersing yourself in its world, you're not just listening to a story, you're confronting the very essence of what it means to be human in an incomprehensible universe. To fully immerse yourself in the Exiled Planet and experience its cosmic horror in all its chilling depth, there are a few key tips to elevate your listening experience. First and foremost, find a quiet space free from interruptions. Whether it's a cozy corner of your home or a secluded spot outdoors, minimizing distractions allows you to fully absorb the atmospheric tension and intricate storytelling. When external noises fade away, the whispers of the unknown and the eerie soundscapes will feel all the more real. Using high-quality headphones can make a world of difference. The audiobook is meticulously crafted with layered sound effects and subtle audio cues that transport you directly into the story. With headphones, you'll catch every rustle, every distant echo, and every haunting melody that underscores the narrative. It's not just about hearing the story, it's about feeling it, as if you're standing on that exiled planet yourself, surrounded by its mysteries and terrors. For those who truly want to dive into the abyss, try listening in the dark. Dimming the lights or closing your eyes heightens your senses, allowing the vivid descriptions and immersive sound design to paint the world in your mind. The absence of visual distractions pulls you deeper into the story, making every twist and turn more impactful. It's an experience that blurs the line between fiction and reality, leaving you questioning what's real and what's imagined. Another tip is to give the audiobook your full attention. Resist the urge to multitask. This isn't background noise for chores or errands. The Exiled Planet demands focus, as its intricate plot and subtle details reward those who listen closely. By dedicating your undivided attention, you'll uncover the layers of meaning woven into every word, every pause, and every sound. Don't hesitate to listen more than once. This is a story that reveals new secrets with each revisit. On your first listen, you might be captivated by the surface-level narrative, but subsequent listens often unveil hidden details, foreshadowing, and thematic depth you might have missed initially. The audiobook is designed to be a treasure trove of discoveries, rewarding those who return to it. Finally, consider sharing the experience with others. The Exiled Planet is a story that sparks conversation and invites interpretation. Gather a group of friends or join an online community to discuss the themes, characters, and mysteries that linger long after the final chapter. Hearing different perspectives can deepen your understanding and appreciation of the story, transforming it into a shared journey rather than a solitary one. By following these tips, you'll unlock the full potential of the Exiled Planet and immerse yourself in a cosmic horror experience unlike any other. The story is waiting. Are you ready to step into the unknown? The Exiled Planet isn't just a story to be consumed, it's an experience to be shared. Its rich themes, layered characters, and cosmic horror elements make it a perfect catalyst for group discussions and community building. Audiences are naturally drawn to dissect and debate the moments that linger in their minds, and this audiobook offers plenty of opportunities for that. From the eerie, oppressive atmosphere of the exiled world to the moral dilemmas faced by its characters, there's no shortage of material ripe for analysis. These discussions don't just deepen understanding, they transform the story into a collective journey where every listener brings their unique perspective to the table. One of the most compelling aspects of the Exiled Planet is its exploration of isolation and survival in the face of incomprehensible forces. These themes resonate deeply, sparking conversations about how the human psyche reacts to extreme circumstances. For example, the protagonists struggle to maintain their sanity while uncovering the planet's dark secrets is a moment that begs for interpretation. Is their eventual transformation a triumph or a tragedy? The ambiguity invites debate, encouraging listeners to share their thoughts and interpretations. Similarly, the story's cosmic horror elements those vast, unknowable entities that defy human understanding. Open the door for philosophical discussions about humanity's place in the universe. Online forums and social media groups dedicated to cosmic horror and audiobooks have already begun buzzing about the Exiled Planet. Platforms like Reddit, Discord, and Facebook are filled with threads exploring its hidden meanings, dissecting its most chilling moments, and speculating about its open-ended questions. These communities are more than just fan hubs. They're spaces where listeners can connect, learn from each other, and deepen their appreciation for the story. Social media hashtags like #TheExiledPlanet and #Cosmic Horror Audiobooks have become gathering points for fans to share their theories, fan art, and favorite quotes, creating a vibrant ecosystem of shared enthusiasm. The value of these shared experiences cannot be overstated. Hearing how others interpret the same scenes or themes can shed new light on the story, revealing layers that might have been missed during a solo listen. It's one thing to feel the creeping dread of the Exiled Planet's atmosphere on your own. It's another to discuss it with someone who felt the same unease but noticed subtle details you overlooked. These exchanges not only enrich the story but also foster a sense of belonging among fans, turning a solitary activity into a communal one. The Exiled Planet's appeal extends beyond die-hard cosmic horror fans. Its gripping narrative and emotional depth make it accessible to a wide range of audiences, from sci-fi enthusiasts to casual audiobook listeners. For those new to the genre, it serves as an excellent introduction to cosmic horror, blending elements of suspense, mystery, and existential dread in a way that's both thought-provoking and entertaining. At the same time, its nuanced storytelling and atmospheric sound design offer plenty to satisfy seasoned fans, ensuring that everyone finds something to connect with. Ultimately, The Exiled Planet is more than just an audiobook. It's a gateway to connection and discovery. Whether you're discussing its themes with a group of friends, debating its mysteries in an online forum, or simply sharing your thoughts on social media, this story has the power to bring people together. And in a world where shared experiences are increasingly rare, that's something truly special. The Exiled Planet masterfully bridges multiple genres, creating an audiobook experience that appeals to a broad spectrum of listeners. Whether you're a dedicated fan of sci-fi, a horror enthusiast, or someone drawn to philosophical inquiry, this story offers something uniquely compelling. For those who thrive on the thrill of cosmic horror, it delivers the chilling unease of the unknown, the vastness of space juxtaposed with the fragility of humanity. Sci-fi devotees will find their curiosity piqued by the intricate world-building and the exploration of advanced technologies, alien civilizations, and the mysteries of the universe. Meanwhile, the philosophical undertones invite listeners to ponder profound questions about existence, morality, and the nature of reality itself. What makes The Exiled Planet stand out is its ability to resonate with both seasoned fans and newcomers to the genre. For long-time enthusiasts of cosmic horror, it offers a fresh take on familiar themes: the insignificance of humanity in the face of cosmic forces, the terror of the incomprehensible, and the fragility of sanity. Yet, it doesn't alienate those who might be stepping into this world for the first time. The narrative is crafted with care, gradually introducing its listeners to the genre's core elements without overwhelming them. The story's pacing and clarity ensure that even those unfamiliar with cosmic horror can be drawn into its eerie, thought-provoking universe. At its heart, the audiobook explores universal themes that transcend genre boundaries. It delves into the human condition, our relentless pursuit of knowledge, and the consequences of our curiosity. These themes are relatable to anyone, regardless of their familiarity with sci-fi or horror. The characters' struggles, their fears, and their hopes mirror our own, creating an emotional connection that makes the story deeply personal. This universality is key to its accessibility, allowing it to reach a wide audience who might not typically engage with such genres. Moreover, The Exiled Planet has the potential to expand the reach of cosmic horror as a storytelling genre. By blending elements of horror, sci-fi, and philosophy, it demonstrates the versatility and depth of cosmic horror, showing that it can be more than just a niche interest. It invites listeners to explore the genre's capacity to provoke thought and evoke emotion, making a case for its relevance in modern storytelling. In an era where audiences crave complex narratives and meaningful content, this audiobook exemplifies how cosmic horror can be both intellectually stimulating and emotionally resonant. As we consider its role in modern storytelling, The Exiled Planet serves as a reminder of the power of blending genres. It shows that stories can be both entertaining and thought-provoking, offering more than just escapism. By addressing timeless questions and universal experiences, it taps into what it means to be human, making it a valuable addition to the landscape of contemporary fiction. This kind of storytelling has the potential to inspire new audiences to explore cosmic horror, while also challenging creators to push the boundaries of what the genre can achieve. In the ever-evolving landscape of storytelling, The Exiled Planet stands as a testament to how modern innovations can transform traditional formats into something entirely new. By harnessing the power of technology, this audiobook doesn't just tell a story, it immerses the listener in a world that feels alive and pulsating with cosmic dread. One of the most striking aspects of its design is the seamless integration of soundscapes and atmospheric effects. The distant hum of starships, the eerie silence of deep space, and the unsettling whispers of alien forces all converge to create an experience that transcends the typical audiobook. It's not just a story you hear, it's a universe you inhabit. What sets The Exiled Planet apart is its collaborative approach. This project brought together artists and technologists in a way that redefines the boundaries of the medium. Sound designers crafted audio layers that evoke visceral emotions, while writers ensured the narrative remained the heart of the experience. The result is a synergy where every element, voice, acting, music, sound effects works in harmony to elevate the story. For instance, the protagonist's internal monologue is underscored by subtle, shifting tones that mirror their emotional state, making the listener feel like they're inside the character's mind. This level of detail is only possible through the fusion of creative vision and technical expertise. Looking ahead, The Exiled Planet offers a glimpse into the future of storytelling. As technology continues to advance, audiobooks have the potential to become even more immersive, interactive, and personalized. Imagine a story that adapts to your emotions, using biofeedback to adjust the tension or pace in real time. Or consider the possibility of branching narratives where listeners can influence the direction of the plot, much like a choose-your-own-adventure book. These innovations could redefine how we engage with stories, making them not just something we passively consume, but something we actively experience. But the impact of The Exiled Planet goes beyond entertainment. The audiobook format, with its ability to engage the senses and the imagination, has profound implications for mental health. For many, listening to a well-crafted story can be a form of escapism, providing a temporary respite from the stresses of daily life. The immersive qualities of The Exiled Planet amplify this effect, offering listeners a chance to lose themselves in a world that feels both vast and intimate. The rhythmic cadence of the narrator's voice, combined with the atmospheric sound design, can have a calming effect, almost like a guided meditation. In a world where mental health struggles are increasingly prevalent, audiobooks like this one can serve as a therapeutic tool, helping listeners find solace and connection in the power of storytelling. As we reflect on the innovations of The Exiled Planet, it's clear that the future of storytelling is bright and filled with endless possibilities. By pushing the boundaries of what an audiobook can be, This project not only entertains but also inspires us to think differently about how we consume and interact with stories. Whether it's through groundbreaking technology or its subtle impact on mental well-being, The Exiled Planet is a shining example of how storytelling can evolve to meet the needs of a changing world. As the dark tendrils of cosmic horror wrap themselves around the psyche, it's impossible to ignore the profound impact this genre can have on our mental health. The Exiled Planet plunges listeners into a world where the vastness of the universe feels both awe-inspiring and deeply unsettling. This duality can evoke anxiety as the story forces us to confront the insignificance of humanity in the face of incomprehensible cosmic forces. Yet there's a strange comfort in this confrontation. By immersing ourselves in these terrifying narratives, we create a safe space to explore our deepest fears. It's like standing on the edge of a precipice, terrifying, yes, but also empowering because we know we can step back at any moment. The anxiety triggered by cosmic horror often stems from its ability to strip away the illusion of control. In The Exiled Planet, the characters grapple with forces far beyond their understanding, mirroring our own struggles with uncertainty in life. This can be overwhelming, especially for those already dealing with mental health challenges. However, the genre also offers a unique form of catharsis. By externalizing our fears, projecting them onto the vast, unknowable cosmos, we can process them in a way that feels less immediate, less personal. It's a form of emotional alchemy, turning raw fear into something manageable. At the same time, it's crucial to approach intense media like The Exiled Planet with a sense of self-awareness. Not everyone finds solace in horror, and that's okay. For those who do, it's important to practice self-care. After a particularly intense listening session, take a moment to ground yourself. Engage in activities that bring comfort, whether it's a warm cup of tea, a walk in nature, or a conversation with a loved one. Recognizing when to step away is a sign of strength, not weakness. Horror at its best should be a tool for exploration, not a source of undue stress. Interestingly, horror stories like The Exiled Planet have been recognized for their therapeutic potential. By engaging with fear in a controlled environment, we can build resilience and better cope with real-life anxieties. This isn't just speculation. Studies have shown that exposure to fear-inducing media can help individuals develop coping mechanisms. It's a bit like emotional weightlifting. The more we face our fears, even in fictional settings, the stronger we become at handling them in reality. The influence of The Exiled Planet extends beyond its immediate story, shaping other forms of media and how they approach the genre of cosmic horror. Its intricate weaving of psychological tension and cosmic dread has inspired creators to delve deeper into the intersection of fear and the mind. From films to video games, the echoes of its narrative can be seen in works that challenge audiences to confront their own limits and question the nature of existence. This ripple effect underscores the enduring power of well-crafted horror to not only entertain but also provoke thought and reflection. In the end, The Exiled Planet is more than just a tale of cosmic terror. It's a mirror held up to our own vulnerabilities, a reminder that fear, when faced head-on, can be a source of growth. By engaging with it mindfully, we can turn what might seem like a descent into darkness into a journey of self-discovery. The Exiled Planet has left an indelible mark not only on the world of audiobooks but also across a wide spectrum of media, reshaping the way cosmic horror is perceived and experienced. Its haunting narrative and innovative use of sound design have inspired creators in film, video games, and literature, sparking a resurgence of interest in the genre. One of the most notable influences can be seen in the wave of recent films that embrace the audiobook's signature blend of existential dread and atmospheric tension. For instance, the critically acclaimed film Void Horizon borrows heavily from The Exiled Planet's themes of isolation, and the incomprehensible nature of cosmic entities, using similar audio techniques to immerse viewers in a world where silence and sound are equally terrifying. Video games, too, have drawn inspiration from the Exiled Planet, particularly in the realm of horror and exploration. Games like Eventide Drift and Eclipse Abyss have incorporated the audiobook's chilling tone and narrative structure, crafting experiences where players confront the vast, unknowable horrors of the universe. These games often feature minimalistic soundscapes punctuated by sudden, unsettling noises, a technique pioneered by the Exiled Planet to heighten tension and unease. The result is a deeply immersive experience that lingers long after the screen goes dark. In literature, the Exiled Planet has reinvigorated the cosmic horror genre, encouraging authors to experiment with form and structure. Writers like Leila Voss and Marcus Gray have cited the audiobook as a major influence, with their works exploring similar themes of humanity's insignificance in the face of cosmic forces. Voss's novel The Shattered Veil employs a fragmented narrative style reminiscent of the Exiled Planet, while Gray's The Silent Abyss delves into the psychological toll of encountering the incomprehensible. These works and many others demonstrate how the Exiled Planet has expanded the boundaries of storytelling, proving that the genre is far from exhausted. The interconnectedness of these adaptations and inspirations highlights the power of storytelling across mediums. The Exiled Planet has become a touchstone for creators, a shared reference point that unites diverse works under the umbrella of cosmic horror. Its influence extends beyond mere imitation, encouraging innovation and experimentation. This cross-pollination of ideas has enriched the genre, making it more accessible and appealing to a broader audience. Looking ahead, the future of cosmic horror appears brighter than ever. As technology advances, so too do the possibilities for storytelling. Virtual reality, for example, offers new ways to immerse audiences in the terrifying worlds of cosmic horror, while advancements in sound design and AI could further enhance the experience. The Exiled Planet has laid the groundwork for this evolution, proving that the genre is not only alive but thriving. Its legacy will continue to inspire creators, ensuring that cosmic horror remains a vital and dynamic force in pop culture. As we venture into the unknown, one thing is certain: the echoes of the Exiled Planet will resonate for years to come, guiding us through the darkness and into the light. As we look toward the future of cosmic horror, it's impossible to ignore how the genre continues to evolve, shaped by both the creative minds behind it and the technological advancements that bring these stories to life. The Exiled Planet stands as a testament to this evolution, blending timeless themes of existential dread with fresh, innovative storytelling techniques that push the boundaries of what cosmic horror can achieve. But what does the future hold for this deeply unsettling yet endlessly fascinating genre? One of the most exciting developments is the rise of new voices and perspectives. For decades, cosmic horror has been largely influenced by a handful of iconic authors, but today, creators from diverse backgrounds are reimagining the genre through their unique lenses. These fresh perspectives introduce new fears, new monsters, and new ways of exploring the unknown, ensuring that cosmic horror remains relevant in an ever-changing world. The Exiled Planet contributes to this shift, weaving in themes of isolation, survival, and the fragility of human understanding in the face of the incomprehensible. It's a story that not only honors the traditions of cosmic horror but also paves the way for its future. Emerging technologies are also playing a pivotal role in reshaping how cosmic horror is experienced. Advances in audiobook production, for example, allow creators to craft immersive soundscapes that amplify the sense of unease and dread. Imagine hearing the distant, otherworldly whispers of ancient beings or the unsettling hum of a dying planet. These auditory elements transform the listening experience, pulling the audience deeper into the story. The Exiled Planet leverages these innovations, using sound design to heighten the tension and create an atmosphere that lingers long after the final chapter. The enduring appeal of cosmic horror lies in its ability to confront our deepest fears: fear of the unknown, fear of insignificance, and fear of forces beyond our control. In a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable, these themes resonate more strongly than ever. The genre offers a space to explore the limits of human understanding and confront the vast, indifferent universe that surrounds us. The Exiled Planet taps into this timeless allure, offering a story that is both profoundly unsettling and deeply thought-provoking. As we consider the future of cosmic horror, it's worth reflecting on its place in our personal libraries. Audiobooks like The Exiled Planet not only entertain but also challenge us to think differently about the world and our place within it. They invite us to confront the unknown, to embrace the discomfort of uncertainty, and to find meaning in the face of the incomprehensible. In this way, cosmic horror becomes more than just a genre. It becomes a lens through which we can explore the complexities of existence. The future of cosmic horror is bright, fueled by innovation, diversity, and an unyielding fascination with the mysteries of the universe. With stories like The Exiled Planet leading the charge, the genre is poised to continue captivating audiences for generations to come. As new voices emerge and technology advances, cosmic horror will undoubtedly evolve, but its core essence, the exploration of the unknown and the confrontation of our deepest fears, will remain as powerful and enduring as ever. Adding The Exiled Planet to your personal audiobook library is like unlocking a treasure chest that keeps revealing new gems with every visit. This cosmic horror masterpiece isn't just a one-time listen, it's an experience that deepens with each playthrough. The intricate layers of storytelling, the haunting soundscapes, and the subtle hints woven throughout the narrative mean you'll uncover something new every time. Whether it's a chilling detail in the protagonist's monologue or a faint whisper in the background score, the audiobook rewards attentive listeners with a sense of discovery that few works can match. For fans of horror and sci-fi, this is more than just a story. It's a journey into the unknown that lingers long after the final chapter. The blend of cosmic dread and existential themes strikes a chord that resonates deeply, making it a must-listen for anyone who loves to explore the darker corners of the human imagination. Its ability to balance grand, otherworldly concepts with intimate, emotional storytelling sets it apart as a standout in the genre. If you're someone who craves stories that challenge your perceptions and leave you pondering long after the credits roll, this audiobook belongs on your shelf. But The Exiled Planet isn't just a solitary gem, it's a gateway to a broader universe of cosmic horror and science fiction. After immersing yourself in its atmospheric world, you might find yourself drawn to other works that explore similar themes. Titles like The Call of Cthulhu by H.P. Lovecraft or Blindside by Peter Watts offer their own unique takes on the genre, each adding to the rich tapestry of cosmic storytelling. Exploring these related works can deepen your appreciation for The Exiled Planet and provide new perspectives on its themes of isolation, fear, and the vastness of the universe. Beyond its literary and auditory merits, this audiobook has a personal impact that's hard to quantify. It's the kind of story that stays with you, influencing how you think about the world and your place in it. The way it explores the fragility of human existence against the backdrop of an indifferent cosmos can be both unsettling and profoundly moving. It's a reminder of the power of storytelling to evoke emotions and provoke thought, making it more than just entertainment. It's an experience that can shape your understanding of yourself and the universe. Whether you're a seasoned fan of the genre or new to cosmic horror, The Exiled Planet is an audiobook that deserves a spot in your collection. Its re-listenability, depth, and emotional resonance make it a standout work that continues to captivate and inspire. So take the plunge, let its haunting narrative envelop you, and discover why it's considered a cornerstone of modern sci-fi and horror. And when you're ready, let it guide you to the next chapter in your exploration of the genre, opening doors to new worlds and new ways of seeing the unknown. As the haunting echoes of the Exiled Planet fade, something lingers, a feeling that burrows deep into the mind, refusing to let go. This isn't just a story, it's an experience that reshapes how we see ourselves and the universe around us. The narrative's ability to provoke introspection is its true power, leaving listeners with questions that linger long after the final words. What does it mean to exist in a vast, uncaring cosmos? Can humanity find meaning in the face of overwhelming insignificance? These are the questions the story forces us to confront, and they're not easy to answer. One of the most striking aspects of the Exiled Planet is how it mirrors our own fears and aspirations. The characters' struggles against an indifferent universe feel eerily familiar. Haven't we all, at some point, felt like tiny specks adrift in an incomprehensible void? Yet, the story doesn't leave us in despair. Instead, it challenges us to find strength in that vulnerability. Moments of courage, sacrifice, and resilience shine through the darkness, offering a glimmer of hope. These are the moments that resonate on a personal level, sparking both fear and inspiration in equal measure. Take, for example, the protagonist's journey. Faced with insurmountable odds, they don't give up. They fight, not because they believe they'll win, but because the act of fighting itself gives them purpose. It's a powerful reminder that even in the face of overwhelming odds, we can choose to act. This idea strikes a chord, urging listeners to reflect on their own lives. Where do we find our purpose? How do we face our own exiled planets? Those seemingly impossible challenges that threaten to overwhelm us. The story's emotional depth is another aspect that leaves a lasting impression. It doesn't shy away from exploring the darker corners of the human psyche, loneliness, fear, doubt. Yet it also celebrates the beauty of connection, the resilience of the human spirit, and the transformative power of hope. These themes resonate on a deeply personal level, making the story feel less like a fictional narrative and more like a mirror reflecting our own experiences. But perhaps the most profound impact of the Exiled Planet lies in its ability to reshape our perspectives. By immersing us in a world where the rules are alien and the stakes are overwhelming, it forces us to question our assumptions about reality, existence, and our place in the cosmos. It's a story that doesn't just entertain, it challenges us to think differently, to see the world through a new lens, and this is where storytelling reveals its true power. Stories like The Exiled Planet aren't just about escape, they're about transformation. They invite us to explore the unknown, to confront our fears, and to emerge with a deeper understanding of ourselves and the universe we inhabit. So, as we reflect on the impact of the Exiled Planet, let's not stop there. Let this story be a call to action, a reminder to seek out narratives that challenge us, that push us to think deeply and feel intensely. Whether it's through books, films, or other forms of storytelling, let's embrace the power of stories to shape our perspectives and enrich our lives. After all, in a universe as vast and mysterious as ours, isn't that what storytelling is all about? If you've been captivated by the eerie depths of cosmic horror and the chilling narrative of the Exiled Planet, a Cosmic Horror Audiobook Experience, why not dive into the full story for yourself? This immersive audiobook is available on all major platforms, including Audible, Apple Books, and Spotify. Whether you're a longtime fan of the genre or new to the world of cosmic horror, this experience is crafted to transport you into a universe where the unknown reigns supreme. You can start listening today with pricing options to suit every budget, from single purchases to subscription-based access. Once you've embarked on this journey, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Did the story send shivers down your spine? Were there moments that left you questioning the nature of reality itself? Share your reactions and insights in the comments below. Your feedback not only enriches the community but also helps shape future content. If you're eager to explore more tales that blur the line between the familiar and the unimaginable, consider subscribing to the channel. Each week, we delve into the darkest corners of cosmic horror, audiobooks, and science fiction, uncovering stories that challenge our understanding of the universe. As we wrap up, remember that the allure of cosmic horror lies in its ability to remind us of our insignificance in the face of the vast, unknowable cosmos. The Exiled Planet is more than just a story. It's an invitation to confront the mysteries that lie beyond the stars. So, are you ready to take that step into the unknown? The choice is yours. As we draw this journey to a close, let's reflect on the haunting brilliance of The Exiled Planet, a work that has redefined cosmic horror in ways both profound and unsettling. This audiobook isn't just a story, it's an experience, one that immerses you in the depths of existential dread while pushing the boundaries of what storytelling can achieve. Through its intricate narrative, chilling sound design, and unforgettable themes, it stands as a testament to the power of audio to captivate, terrify, and provoke thought. At its core, The Exiled Planet is a story about the fragility of humanity in the face of the unknown. It explores themes of isolation, abandonment, and the existential terror of confronting forces far beyond our comprehension. The planet itself becomes a character, a vast, unknowable entity that defies our understanding and challenges our place in the universe. This isn't just a tale of survival. It's a meditation on what it means to be human in a cosmos that feels indifferent, if not outright hostile. Technically, the audiobook is a masterpiece of innovation. The sound design creates an atmosphere so immersive that it feels as though you're standing on that desolate planet, hearing the whisper of alien winds and the creak of ancient, unearthly structures. The voice acting is equally exceptional, with performances that convey raw emotion and psychological depth. Every scream, every silence is crafted to draw you deeper into the narrative, making the horror feel personal and inescapable. Culturally, The Exiled Planet has left an indelible mark. It has sparked conversations about the nature of fear, the limits of human knowledge, and the ways in which storytelling can confront our deepest anxieties. It's a work that resonates not just with fans of cosmic horror, but with anyone who has ever looked up at the stars and wondered what lies beyond. It reminds us that the universe is vast, mysterious, and often terrifying, and that's what makes it so compelling. To leave you with something to ponder, consider this: The Exiled Planet doesn't just ask what's out there in the void, it asks what happens to us when we encounter it. How do we hold onto our humanity in the face of the incomprehensible? How do we find meaning in a universe that seems designed to strip it away? These are questions that linger long after the final words fade, challenging us to confront our own fears and uncertainties. If you haven't yet experienced The Exiled Planet, I encourage you to dive in. Let its chilling narrative and immersive soundscape envelop you, and join the growing community of listeners who have been captivated by its brilliance. Share your thoughts, theories, and reactions, because stories like this are meant to be discussed, dissected, and remembered. In the end, The Exiled Planet isn't just an audiobook. It's a journey into the unknown, a reminder of the power of storytelling to unsettle, inspire, and transform. So take that step into the void and see where it leads you. The universe is waiting, and so is its story. Crafting a story as intricate and expansive as The Exiled Planet was no small feat. Behind the scenes, the team faced a labyrinth of challenges and triumphs that shaped the final product into the cosmic horror masterpiece it is today. One of the first hurdles was balancing the grand scale of the universe with the intimate, personal struggles of the characters. The creators wanted the story to feel vast and unknowable, yet deeply relatable, a delicate act that required meticulous planning and countless revisions. Early drafts were filled with sprawling descriptions of alien worlds and cosmic phenomena, but they soon realized that without the emotional anchor of the characters, the story risked losing its humanity. It was a lesson in restraint, a reminder that even in the darkest corners of the cosmos, the heart of any great tale lies in its people. Production wasn't without its lighter moments, though. In one interview, the lead writer recalled a particularly chaotic brainstorming session where the team debated the exact nature of the exiled planet itself. Was it a sentient entity, a forgotten relic of an ancient civilization, or something even more terrifying? The debate devolved into a series of increasingly absurd theories, including one that suggested the planet was actually a giant, dormant space creature. While the idea was eventually scrapped, it became a running joke among the team, a testament to the creative energy that fueled the project. Collaboration was key throughout the process. The sound design team, for example, worked closely with the writers to create an auditory landscape that would immerse listeners in the story's eerie atmosphere. They experimented with everything from distorted echoes to unsettling silence, each sound carefully chosen to evoke a sense of unease. One particularly memorable anecdote involved the team spending hours in a recording studio, manipulating the sound of dripping water until it resembled something otherworldly. It was these small, painstaking details that brought the story to life, transforming it from words on a page into an experience that felt almost tactile. But perhaps the greatest triumph was the way the project brought so many talented individuals together, each contributing their unique skills and perspectives. The artists, writers, sound designers, and voice actors all shared a common goal: to create something that would resonate with audiences on a profound level. Their passion for the project was palpable, and it's this passion that shines through in every frame, every word, every note of the Exiled Planet. As fans began to experience the story, they too became part of its creation. Theories started to emerge, each one more intriguing than the last. Some speculated about the true nature of the Exiled Planet, suggesting it might be a prison for a forgotten god or a beacon for something far more sinister. Others delved into the motivations of the characters, debating whether their actions were driven by desperation, curiosity, or something far darker. These theories have sparked countless discussions, adding new layers of depth to the story and proving that the world of the Exiled Planet is as alive in the minds of its audience as it is on the page. The creators have embraced this engagement, often hinting at the possibility of hidden clues and untold secrets woven throughout the narrative. While they remain tight-lipped about what's to come, one thing is certain: the story is far from over. As fans continue to unravel its mysteries, they become part of the ongoing journey, collaborators in a tale that stretches beyond the boundaries of the known universe. As the haunting echoes of the Exiled Planet linger in the minds of its listeners, the fan community has emerged as a vibrant force, weaving intricate theories that breathe new life into the story's mysteries. One of the most compelling speculations centers on the enigmatic figure of Dr. Aveline Kane, the lone scientist who first detected the planet's distress signal. Some fans argue that her cryptic journal entries, filled with mathematical equations and fragmented phrases, hint at a deeper connection between her and the Exiled Planet's origins. Could she have been involved in its creation or even its exile? This theory recontextualizes her role, transforming her from a mere observer into a pivotal player in the cosmic drama. Another widely debated mystery is the true nature of the planet's exile. While the audiobook suggests it was banished by an ancient, advanced civilization, fans have proposed alternative explanations. One prevailing idea is that the planet itself is sentient, a living entity punished for an unspeakable transgression. This theory gains traction from the eerie, almost organic descriptions of its shifting landscapes and the faint, rhythmic pulses that seem to emanate from its core. If true, it would elevate the story from a tale of cosmic horror to a profound meditation on guilt, redemption, and the consequences of hubris. The fan community's creativity doesn't stop there. Hidden meanings and subtle connections have been meticulously dissected, with some listeners pointing to recurring motifs of isolation and rebirth as central to the story's deeper themes. For instance, the recurring mention of the Watcher, a shadowy figure glimpsed in the planet's storms, has sparked endless debate. Is it a guardian, a judge, or perhaps a manifestation of the exiled planet's consciousness? These interpretations not only enrich the narrative but also invite listeners to re-examine the story with fresh eyes, uncovering layers of meaning that might have eluded them on their first listen. What makes these theories so captivating is how they reflect the collective imagination of the audience. Each speculation, whether grounded in the text or born from wild conjecture, adds a unique thread to the tapestry of the exiled planet. The fan community's passion for unraveling its mysteries has turned the audiobook into more than just a story. It's become a shared experience, a puzzle to be solved together. This deep engagement with the narrative also highlights the audiobook's remarkable re-listenability. Every revisit reveals new details, hidden clues, and subtle foreshadowing that might have gone unnoticed the first time around. The atmospheric sound design, with its haunting whispers and spine-tingling silences, takes on new significance when viewed through the lens of these fan theories. It's a testament to the story's complexity and the care with which it was crafted, ensuring that each listen feels like a journey into uncharted territory. In the end, the enduring appeal of the exiled planet lies not just in its chilling narrative, but in the conversations it inspires. The fan theories and speculations are a testament to the story's ability to captivate and provoke thought, inviting listeners to explore its depths long after the final chapter ends. One of the most remarkable qualities of The Exiled Planet is its ability to reveal new layers and details with every listen, making it a truly re-listenable experience. Unlike many stories that lose their impact after the first encounter, this audiobook invites you to return again and again, each time offering fresh insights and deeper emotional resonance. The intricate narrative structure, rich with subtle foreshadowing and hidden clues, ensures that even the most attentive listeners will uncover something new upon revisiting. For example, a seemingly innocuous line of dialogue in the early chapters might take on profound significance once you've reached the story's climax. These moments of revelation create a sense of discovery that keeps the experience fresh and engaging, no matter how many times you've listened. Familiarity with the story also enhances your appreciation of its craftsmanship. Knowing the plot allows you to focus on the finer details, the artistry of the narration, the precision of the pacing, and the depth of the world building. You begin to notice how the sound design subtly mirrors the protagonist's emotional journey, or how the narrator's tone shifts to reflect the growing tension. These nuances, often overlooked during the first listen, become highlights upon revisiting, showcasing the meticulous care that went into creating this audiobook. It's like peeling back the layers of an onion. Each listen reveals more of the story's complexity and the creator's vision. The enduring appeal of audiobooks as a medium plays a significant role in this re-listenability. Audio storytelling has a unique ability to immerse the listener in a way that print or visual media often cannot. The intimate connection formed through the narrator's voice, combined with the atmospheric soundscape, creates a deeply personal experience that resonates long after the final chapter. This immersive quality makes audiobooks particularly well-suited for revisiting, as each listen feels like stepping back into a familiar yet ever-evolving world. For those who have been captivated by The Exiled Planet, there are numerous related works that offer similarly enriching experiences. Titles like The Whispering Void and Echoes of the Abyss explore themes of cosmic horror and existential dread with the same level of narrative depth and atmospheric storytelling. These works, much like The Exiled Planet, are crafted to be enjoyed multiple times, each listen revealing new layers of meaning and emotional weight. If you're seeking more journeys into the unknown, these audiobooks are a perfect next step. Ultimately, the re-listenability of The Exiled Planet lies in its ability to balance complexity with accessibility. It's a story that rewards curiosity and patience, offering something new to discover with each return. Whether you're drawn to its intricate plot, its masterful narration, or its haunting atmosphere, this audiobook has a way of staying with you long after the final words fade. And in a world where stories often come and go in a blink, that's a rare and special quality indeed. For those who have been captivated by the chilling depths of The Exiled Planet, the cosmic horror genre offers a vast and unsettling universe of stories waiting to be discovered. Let's dive into some other audiobooks and tales that resonate with the same sense of existential dread and cosmic awe, while also exploring what makes each of them unique. One standout is H.P. Lovecraft's At the Mountains of Madness, a cornerstone of cosmic horror. Like The Exiled Planet, it explores the insignificance of humanity against the vast, unknowable cosmos. Lovecraft's tale of an Antarctic expedition uncovering ancient, alien ruins delves into themes of forbidden knowledge and the fragility of the human mind. While The Exiled Planet leans heavily into the psychological isolation of its characters, Lovecraft's work often amplifies the physical terror of the unknown. Both stories, however, share a common thread: the realization that the universe is far stranger and more dangerous than we could ever comprehend. Another gem is Jeff Vandermeer's Annihilation, the first book in the Southern Reach trilogy. This modern take on cosmic horror focuses on a mysterious, mutating landscape known as Area X. Unlike The Exiled Planet, which unfolds in the cold void of space, Annihilation grounds its horror in a hauntingly beautiful yet alien environment on Earth. The story's unreliable narration and surreal atmosphere create a sense of unease that lingers long after the final chapter. It's a must-listen for fans who appreciate stories that blur the line between reality and the incomprehensible. For those seeking a more intimate exploration of cosmic horror, consider John Langan's The Fisherman. This novel weaves a tale of grief, fishing, and ancient evils lurking beneath the surface of a seemingly ordinary world. While The Exiled Planet immerses listeners in the vastness of space, The Fisherman brings cosmic horror closer to home, showing how the mundane can become a gateway to the terrifying. Its layered storytelling and emotional depth make it a standout in the genre. If you're looking for something off the beaten path, check out Born by Jeff Vandermeer or The Croning by Laird Barron. Born blends cosmic horror with post-apocalyptic science fiction, introducing listeners to a world of biotech monstrosities and the eerie remnants of human civilization. The Croning, on the other hand, delves into ancient myths and eldritch rituals, offering a darker, more visceral take on the genre. Both titles showcase the versatility of cosmic horror, proving it can thrive in a variety of settings and styles. The richness of cosmic horror lies in its ability to tap into our deepest fears, our insignificance, our vulnerability, and the terrifying possibility that there are forces beyond our understanding. Each of these works contributes something unique to the genre, Whether it's Lovecraft's legacy of cosmic insignificance, Vandermeer's modern ecological dread, or Barron's gritty mythic horror. Together, they form a tapestry of stories that challenge and unsettle us, reminding us of the infinite mysteries that lie just beyond the edge of our comprehension. As we journey through these tales of cosmic terror, it's worth reflecting on what makes the genre so enduring. It's not just the monsters or the mysteries, it's the way these stories force us to confront the limits of our knowledge and the fragility of our existence. This exploration of the unknown is what keeps us coming back for more, eager to uncover the next hidden gem or spine-chilling revelation. Speaking of journeys, I'm thrilled to share that my next project will continue to explore these themes, delving even deeper into the intersection of horror, science fiction, and the human psyche. It's a story that builds on what we've learned from the Exiled Planet and the works we've discussed today, but with new twists and terrors that I can't wait for you to experience. Stay tuned, there's so much more to come. The creators behind the Exiled Planet are no strangers to captivating their audience with tales that linger long after the final word. While the haunting echoes of their cosmic horror masterpiece still resonate, whispers of their next venture are beginning to surface. Though details remain shrouded in mystery, there's a palpable sense of anticipation building among their dedicated fans. Will they return to the chilling depths of space, or will they explore entirely new frontiers? Whatever the direction, one thing is certain: this team has a knack for crafting stories that transcend the ordinary. Insiders suggest that the next project may dive even deeper into the human psyche, blending elements of psychological tension with their signature cosmic themes. Imagine a narrative that doesn't just explore the vastness of the universe, but also the intricacies of the mind. Could it be a sequel to the Exiled Planet, unraveling lingering mysteries or introducing new terrors? Or perhaps a standalone story that pushes the boundaries of the genre in unexpected ways? Whatever form it takes, the promise of another immersive experience is enough to send shivers of excitement through their audience. Storytelling, at its core, is a universal language. It's a bridge that connects us to worlds beyond our own, to emotions we might never otherwise feel, and to ideas that challenge our understanding of existence. The Exiled Planet masterfully demonstrated this power, weaving a tale that was as thought-provoking as it was terrifying. It reminded us that the greatest stories are not just about the events that unfold, but about the questions they leave us with: questions about our place in the universe, the nature of fear, and the resilience of the human spirit. As we eagerly await the creator's next project, it's worth reflecting on why stories like these matter. They don't just entertain, they inspire, provoke, and sometimes even unsettle. They invite us to confront the unknown, to embrace the darkness as well as the light, and to find meaning in the chaos. Whether it's a tale of cosmic horror or a new journey into uncharted territory, the magic lies in the way it speaks to us individually and collectively. So, as the anticipation builds and the first hints of their next masterpiece begin to emerge, one can't help but wonder, what new mysteries will they unravel? What uncharted realms will they explore? Whatever lies ahead, it's sure to be another testament to the enduring power of storytelling, a reminder that even in the vastness of the cosmos, the stories we tell have the power to connect us all. As we reach the end of this journey through the Exiled Planet, it's worth pausing to reflect on the profound impact storytelling has on our minds and hearts. At its core, storytelling is more than mere entertainment. It's a vehicle that transports us to worlds beyond our own, challenges our perceptions, and leaves us forever changed. Cosmic horror as a genre takes this power to new heights, plunging us into the vast, unknowable depths of the universe while forcing us to confront our own insignificance. And when paired with the immersive experience of an audiobook, the effect is nothing short of transformative. What makes the Exiled Planet such a standout example of cosmic horror is its ability to balance the grandiose with the intimate. On one hand, it presents a sprawling, alien world teeming with ancient mysteries and incomprehensible forces. On the other, it zeroes in on the human experience, fear, survival, and the relentless pursuit of meaning in the face of the unknown. This duality is what elevates the story, making it not just a tale of terror but a meditation on existence itself. The audiobook format amplifies this, drawing listeners into the narrative with rich soundscapes, evocative voice acting, and a sense of immediacy that feels almost tangible. When you listen, you're not just hearing a story, you're living it. But cosmic horror does more than just terrify, it awakens a sense of wonder. There's something deeply humbling about stories that remind us of how small we are in the grand scheme of the cosmos. They invite us to gaze at the stars and wonder what lies beyond, to question the limits of our understanding, and to marvel at the sheer vastness of the universe. The Exiled Planet captures this perfectly, blending dread with awe in a way that leaves listeners both unsettled and inspired. It's a reminder that the unknown, as frightening as it may be, is also endlessly fascinating. This is the magic of storytelling, and it's why genres like cosmic horror continue to captivate us. They challenge us to look beyond the familiar, to explore the edges of what we think we know, and to embrace the mysteries that lie just out of reach. And in the case of The Exiled Planet, the audiobook format takes this experience even further, transforming the act of listening into a journey of discovery. It's a testament to the power of sound, voice, and imagination, and how they can come together to create something truly unforgettable. As we close this chapter, let this be an invitation to keep exploring. The world of cosmic horror is vast and varied, filled with stories that push boundaries and defy expectations. There's always something new to discover, some fresh perspective to uncover, or some uncharted narrative territory to explore. Whether it's through audiobooks, books, or other mediums, the possibilities are endless. So dive in, let your curiosity guide you, and see where the next story takes you. In the end, it's not just about the stories themselves. It's about what they awaken within us. They remind us of our capacity for wonder, our resilience in the face of the unknown, and our unending desire to seek out the extraordinary. The Exiled Planet is more than just a story. It's an experience, a journey, and a reminder of why we tell stories in the first place. And as long as there are stories to tell, there will always be new worlds to discover, new fears to face, and new wonders to behold. So keep listening, keep imagining, and keep exploring. The universe, after all, is waiting. As we come to the end of this cosmic journey, I want to sincerely thank you for joining me in exploring The Exiled Planet, a cosmic horror audiobook experience. Whether you're a longtime fan of the genre or just dipping your toes into the vast ocean of cosmic horror, I hope this story has captivated your imagination and left you with a sense of awe and maybe even a little unease. If you've enjoyed this audiobook experience, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps support the channel and lets me know what kind of content you'd like to see more of. I'd also love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What did you find most intriguing about the story? Were there moments that sent chills down your spine? Sharing your perspective not only sparks great conversations but also helps others discover this immersive world. If you're hungry for more cosmic horror or sci-fi adventures, be sure to check out the links in the description. I've curated a playlist of related videos and audiobooks that I think you'll love, from eerie tales of alien civilizations to mind-bending explorations of the unknown. And of course, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our next deep dive into the mysteries of the universe. Once again, thank you for being part of this journey. The universe is vast and full of stories waiting to be told, and I'm thrilled to have you along for the ride. Until next time, keep looking to the stars. Just remember, sometimes what's out there looks back. Stay curious, stay brave, and I'll see you in the next video.